Hey people, it's Steel Gamer, and welcome back to the stream. Somebody wanted me to stream it again because they wanted to watch, so I just restarted it. And also just wanted to give a quick comment on why I stopped playing hardcore. Basically, the servers have so many lag spikes in them that as soon as the server lags on hardcore, your character's dead if you're not in town. If you're at a rift, character's dead. So I've lost 4 characters, including 2 primals on one of the characters. I just got sick and tired of having to restart it and losing all my characters because of the lag spikes, so I just swapped over to season. So that's the reason I'm not playing seasonal hardcore anymore. And I do have somebody that that's going to be joining me in voice chat in the Blizzard desktop app, and they already know they're going to be on stream, so... And that be it. I'll go start the game again. Alright, I'm back.
What happened?
No, I was starting the stream. I usually do a quick intro, and that's about it. And I basically explained it to the viewer base why I stopped playing hardcore, because I didn't explain that yet. Oh, by the way, what we were discussing last night about the Mark of Death and everything, I've been using that, and I've actually found that when you're using Fan of Daggers when you're using Fan of Knives to use Fan of Daggers, and it's fucking broken, dude. Fan of Daggers stuns everything. If you hop into everything, you stun it. It's retarded. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Are you talking about the Fan of Knives or the Fan of Knives build that I was telling you about?
No, I'm talking about the combination of... Remember I was saying that I'm using a Vicious of Goons and other things inside the cube to get the damage reduction down? Well, what happened is I started using Bane of the Powerful, and what happened was Bane of the Powerful, because it does a 15% increase damage against elites, and you take 15% reduced damage from them. On top of that, it gives it gives you a 20% damage bonus against your current damage. That means you'll always have a high enough damage to do stuff when you have high enough damage. You know what I mean? You're adding 20% damage bonus on it. But what I decided to do was change out a few things. I took off, I originally took off awareness, and I replaced it with friggin' perfectionist for more damage reduction and protection. But on top of that, I swapped out bladed armor for Fan of Daggers with this, because the stun effects are absolutely broken on this. If you seriously go watch the stream I just did using the changes I did in this, you'll see it's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous, dude. So between the Mark of Death, using the Valley of Death over Contagion, because remember I was explaining that, and then on top of that, you start using Fan of Daggers. And then especially when you hit a what's the frickin' pylon that reduces your cooldowns, and it I can't frickin' remember.
I forget what it's called.
But if you
Channeling Pylon.
Huh?
Channeling Pylon.
Yeah. If you get a Channeling Pylon with this, you can infinitely stun lock things, because it just resets your frickin' Fan of Daggers stun. It's like stun, 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 Mark of Death, stun, stun. It's so ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous how overpowered that is.
That's a pretty nasty combination there.
I've always been a fan of I've always liked Fan of Daggers, because the stun effects, you actually can... The only enemies you can't stun are Juggernaut. You can even stun the damn Rift bosses with it. It's ridiculous, dude.
If you're gonna do that, you might as well change your vault.
For what?
To get away from that stun that you use your vault for.
What do you mean?
So...
I use Rattling Roll in my vault, because it knocks the enemies and they're stunned for 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, but if you're using another stun for,
no.
Knives,
the vault says they're knocked back and stunned. So the knockback applies to the nemesis, the strong arm bracers. Enemies hit by knockback suffer 20. You still need it. It's not for the stun. But that's good. It's also good because when your Fan of Daggers is on cooldown, you can pop down. You can pop through and stun them that way. So it's a dual stun effect. But the fact that as soon as you hit a Channeling Pylon with this, it's like stun, stun, stun. It's so broken, dude. It's so broken. And like I said, I mean, people are like, oh, you need more armor. No, because what's weird about Fan of Daggers when you're stunning the enemy, any enemy that's already in the middle of an attack stops. It literally shuts the enemy's attacks down.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously, it's not going to stop an effect that's already in play. Like, for example, if they chuck out an arcane beam, it's not going to stop the arcane beam. But when you use Fan of Daggers, like against what the fuck are those spinning enemies? Oh, those fucking annoying things. The spinning enemies, the Dune Dervishes. It stops them from spinning dead in their tracks. It's so broken. And then on top of that, the is it it works especially good when you activate a pylon. As soon as you activate a pylon, you hit Fan of Daggers, all of them just stop dead. It's so ridiculous. So if you have like a bunch of Lucani Huntresses that come off a pylon, they just stop dead.
Yeah,
So
that'd be freaking.
It's really good, dude. So what you do is you cast Mark of Death on the ground, and then you activate the pylon, and you freaking activate Fan of Daggers, and they just fucking die. They don't die, but you get what I'm saying. It just stops them dead. It's so ridiculously overpowered. It's asinine.
So you pushing tonight, or?
Yeah, I actually just got on the leaderboard for 92.
Nice.
I went on to 1125 on 92, so let me see. Where am I on that? I'm way up there, too. Like, on 92, I'm, like, way up there. Because there's a bunch of 92s that are all at 1422, 1420. They're all, like, 13. I hit it at 1125 because of a freaking Fan of Daggers, dude. It was stupid.
Now I got a problem again.
All right.
Go figure.
Oh my god, dude, are you serious? What
you remember
the
what
fuck?
was happening?
I'm at 775 on the leaderboard. Oh my god. I jumped from a 91 at like somebody beat my time frame on 91. I was 11:25.666 and somebody got it at like no, it was 11:10.666 and then somebody got it like at 11:10.033 and knocked me off the leaderboard. So I friggin' just said screw that. I'm going to go do a 92 so that way it's going to take a while. Then I just fucking kept going. So I'm like dude, the friggin' time frame I have on this is asinine. I'm literally like really up there with the friggin' people who are at the top of the 92 leaderboards. No, I'm not. That's a lie. Somebody did the top of the on the 92 top of the leaderboard on the 92s is 743. I'm gonna find out what he was using. Oh, he's using
really...
Impale. He's got a really good helm. My helm's fucking awesome too.
Really? Wow, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Look at this. Oh my god, a god pack, and they go and close the rift. I just told them there's a fucking god pack. What do? They close the goddamn rift.
Hijack the rift.
How am I gonna hijack it when it's already closed?
No, hijack it now. Don't let them open it.
It's too late for that.
No, don't let them open a new one. Go to it and activate a freaking GR. Not a regular rift. Just activate any GR. It doesn't even matter what it is. Just activate a GR so they can't open a rift. And then what you do is you boot the person out that did it. You vote to kick, and it'll either fail or it'll pass. If it fails, then don't cancel the GR because they should know better. If people close a rift when you tell them not to after there's a goblin pack, and they don't remove the person from the game for doing that, then there's a problem with the people they're playing with. There's a problem because if you are too dense to understand that you don't close a rift when there's a goblin pack in there. You know what I mean? There's fucking that's retarded. You just don't do that. That's just point blank stupidity. You know what I mean? And then if they don't remove the person, that means they're either friends with them or they're going to try to say, well, I'm only there for keystones. That doesn't fucking matter whether you're there for keystones. You know what I mean?
No. Look at it. Look at this. It says they put on there, oh, I closed it before you called out Goblin Pack.
No, you didn't
They
read the
didn't
chat.
finish running the rift, and then I look at the chat. It says, "Party, Immortal Great, Goblin, or Goblin Pack, gold received." Tells me my gold, my experience received, and it says such and such completed the Nephilim event.
Yeah, tell them that's not true because the order of events are shown in their chat. So no, you were told about you closed the rift after I announced the Goblin Pack, not before. Tell them to read the chat. Say that's not true. Read the chat. The chat shows that I said it before you closed it. Don't even argue with them. Don't even argue with them. Hijack the rift. Hijack the game. Hijack the game. Don't even wait. Hijack the game. And if they agree to go in, right, leave the rift. Don't go in the rift. Go back out and stay in town. Because if they boot you, they still have to get rid of the person who agreed to go in order to actually close the game. So even if they boot you out, you still win. You still have hijacked. The whole point is to get them to leave the game. It doesn't matter whether you leave the game and they're still in there and then they leave. The point is that if they can't keep a rift open and they keep closing it, then they don't need to be going into a rift. It's not a GR. People are treating rifts as greater rifts. What's the point to staying having a rift open after the Guardian's dead? Because it's not a fucking GR. You know what I mean? It's not. I actually made a video about this on my channel. Like, if you go through and look at it, I have, like, the math line. I literally have a notepad piece open, and I'm showing the math on why closing a rift when you're searching for items is bad. People think, oh, no, I could just make it up. I have actually proven that it's not. It's bad. It's actually the complete opposite of good. You're just fucking yourself over by not doing it. I literally have a video that shows the math on it. And so, it's just amazing. And I went through a very explicitly detailed explanation, and especially when these fucking idiots use this concept about, well, I get more keystones per hour by running rifts. No, you fucking don't. I says, how are you getting more keystones? I said, more keystones according to whom or what? What are you measuring that against? Well, I run more rifts than you do. I says, if you run more rifts than me in an hour, that means nothing. Because it has to do with how many rifts you run overall in the season. You can't base your entire argument off of an hour. Oh, I did 20 runs in an hour and you only did 5. So fucking what? The point is that you and I, if I do 20 runs, we've still done 20 runs. It doesn't matter whether you do them in fucking 20 minutes or you do them in 4 days or a week or 3 months. It's still 20 runs is 20 runs.
Their argument is they're gathering keys more efficiently than you because they're missing out on the whole point of a rift is just the gear.
Well, now here's the thing. I want to clarify that there's nothing wrong with farming keystones. There's something wrong doing it in a public game. If you only want keystones, make your fucking games private and don't subject everybody else to that. And don't use, and I'm not saying you, but I'm saying people need to stop using the excuse of, well, I'm only here for keystones and there's no benefit to keeping it open. Okay, so, and I've actually literally said this to people. If there's no benefit, if you're only in the rift for keystones, do not pick up anything else that falls, and don't pick up anything off of the Guardian if you're only there for keystones.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So you're only there for keystones. You're not picking anything else up, and your only focus is keystones. Well, I could pick stuff up along the way. I said, then you're not there for keystones. I said, if you're only there for keystones, that means you're not picking anything else up, including blood shards, that you have to manually click on. You know what I mean? You walk over blood shards, you pick them up, but like other things, you manually have to click on to pick them up. So I said, if you're only there for keystones, you shouldn't be picking anything else up in the entire rift. This includes death press. Oh no! I'm like, then stop saying you're only there for keystones because you're making a contradiction. I said, only keystones means you're only after that one thing, period. So you pick up nothing else. And so I says, what's the point to keep, there's nothing, what's the point to keep it open? I says, the rift isn't finished. Yes, it is. I says, well, if it's finished, then why am I on a fucking another level that you didn't kill the Guardian on, collecting items and stuff if the rift is finished? If the rift is finished, there's nothing left to do. So explain to me how I'm on another level picking stuff up. I said, oh, that's not what finish means. I says, people applying a rift is finished after the Rift Guardian is done is saying it's a greater rift. There's nothing to do after the Guardian's dead in a greater rift. That's a fact, because nothing falls.
When you decide that you're no longer going to be running a greater rift after, a Nephilim rift after you kill. Why can't I teleport to them?
Are they in a greater rift?
Oh yeah, we are in a greater rift. Son
That's
of a
why
bitch.
you can't teleport to them. Oh, by the way, hijack the game. Is that the game? Is that still the same game?
Yeah, I'm about to hijack it right now. I'm only going to use 2 of the points out of the 3.
You mean out of the gem? Yeah, that's what you do.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, keeping in mind, they're probably going to remove you from the game for doing that. So stay by your portal. And as soon as you see you've been removed from game, go to the portal. Just go to the port, go into the rift, and then freaking come back to town, and then close the rift. So not only so at least you're getting your gem rank, but you're also getting your XP.
Yeah.
So that way, if they boot you out of the game, it's not a loss because you still got all your stuff. But it's stupid the way freaking people are doing things. They try to justify their stupidity on everyone else. I'm like, that's why I asked you the other night, what levels are people in the game? Because usually a higher ranked Paragon person is the one closing the rift because they're according to them, because they're so high up, they don't need anything. So they're now their focus is to get keystones so they can go run greater rifts. That's the whole point. But what I think
that's because people have repeatedly put out on the internet that you get better items, you get more.
No, you don't. So they're saying,
and it's not true.
So what they're saying is they just basically decrypted the game and recoded it to give themselves better items. That's what they're saying. I mean, it's stupid, the arguments that people use. So anyway, back to what I was saying about more keystones per hour. I says, what do you mean you get more keystones? I says, you only get 2 to 3 keystones per drop. How many runs you do doesn't matter, because you can do more runs. More runs in a shorter amount of time do not equal more keystones. They can, but it doesn't necessarily work that way. Oh yes, it does. You're dumb. I says, no, because you could do 5 runs in 25 minutes and only get 2 keystones per drop. 2 keystones times 5 runs is only 10 keystones. But you could do 4 runs in an hour and a half and get 3 keystones per drop. Therefore, you took longer, did less runs, and you wound up with more keystones than the person who did more runs in a shorter time. I said, more runs don't always necessarily mean you're going to get it. I said, what matters is how many keystones drop within the run. And when you say you're getting more keystones, that's saying you're getting more than 3 in a drop, when the game only drops 2 or 3 and there's no control over that. They're like, well, you going through it fast. I says, unless you undo the fucking rift that you just did and then reopen that same exact rift to change the time on you did it, you will never be able to say what causes anything to happen, because you have no way to undo what you did to redo it to do a different type of test on it. There's no way. There would be no possible way you could do that. So anybody trying to say, well, faster runs affect how many no, really? Show me a Blizzard backed up developer statement that says that. Otherwise, you're talking out your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So I says, you don't get more keystones per hour by doing more rifts. There is no such thing as more key. And again, I'm like, more keystones to what? I said, you can't base your whole argument off of an hour. Because if you do 500 runs in the season and somebody else does 500 runs in the season, both of you did 500 runs. How are you going to say one got more keystones than the other when you have, first of all, no clue how many keystones dropped in each run? So you have nothing to compare your notes to somebody else. Well, I can see how many runs you did. Yeah, but you don't know how many keystones dropped in the run. So it doesn't matter how many friggin' runs you do. It matters how many keystones drop within the run. Going faster or slower doesn't alter that.
Yeah.
And I love these people who also say, well, I'm here keeping the rift open. I'm not getting any keystones. I'm like, how the fuck does keeping a rift open stop keystones from dropping in the next run? I say, can you explain that logic to me?
You can't leave a rift open if you're gonna open another one.
No. The point is that they're trying to say something but wording it wrong. So what happens is they're saying, you're preventing me from getting keystones. We're not preventing you from getting keystones, because when we close this rift and open it, us keeping the rift open does not stop keystones from dropping in the next rift that we open. The way they're stating it is like, I'm not going to get keystones in the next run if you keep this open. What? Us keeping the rift open does not stop keystones from dropping in the next run. How are we preventing you from getting keystones? You're literally stating that we are stopping the game by keeping the rift open. The game is stopped dropping keystones in the next rift. That's literally that's not what they're trying to say, but that's what they're actually saying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're basically saying, since you're keeping this rift open, I can't get to the next Rift Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
We're not preventing you from getting keystones. We're prolonging you from getting keystones. There's a difference. This doesn't get you. This doesn't get me more keystones. I says, you're not going to get more in the next run. You're going to either get 2 or 3 if you're on T13. I said, stop using the word more. More is an addition to. I said, so explain to me how you're getting 4 keystones. I'm not. I'm only getting 2 or 3. I said, then how the fuck are you getting more? Fucking idiots.
You're getting more than what you currently have. That'd be the better way to word it.
Right? It's just, no, I understand what people are saying, but it's just funny to watch these people try to argue points without wording what they're saying properly. It's dumb. Oh, I'm not getting keystone. I can't get keystones if the rift is open. Really? So you're never going to get a keystone out of this if we keep the so we'll just keep the rift open. You'll never get another keystone in the entire game. I says keeping the rift open doesn't stop keystones from dropping. Oh my god, these people are just so dumb. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some coffee. I have to start doing. I have to start. I'm out of keystones now, so I have to actually go. I'm probably gonna go to a public game and just tag along for.
Do you still play public games?
Public games? Yeah, I always play public games. I just don't always. When I'm doing my own, when I'm ranking gems, I don't go into a public game.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you're.
There's no point, right?
Whenever you rank gyms, do you start at a certain level and then work your way up?
Yeah, I started. If I rank, my gem rank is 0. I start at GR 15 because I can clear them faster, or I just leave it at GR 35 because the objective for the ranks is not just to get them higher, but it's to trigger the secondary ability off of them, which is GR 25. Which would be rank 25. So in order to get that, I just leave it at GR 35 because I'm still going to clear the rift that fast anyway. You know what I mean? But once it hits once I hit the rank on 25, I up the GR level to level GR 35, GR 40, so then I can go from 20 to 25. You know what I mean? Or 25 to 30. You know?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
All right.
I'm gonna enter a public game, and that way I can just start.
I'm in a public game right now.
186 public games. Holy shit! Oh wait, you gotta keep an eye on the challenge rift when it resets.
When does it reset?
I think it resets every week, so I think it's gonna reset this Friday. I don't know how they have it set up. All I know is that when you're doing season, you wanna you don't do the you don't do it until the season starts, because that way it gives you a jump on having mats and stuff like that for bounties and things like that. Because like I said, it doesn't have anything to do with it doesn't have anything to do with the season. It gives you 15 bounty each mat. It's actually really good. So, all right, I'll be back.
It gives it to you in season. It doesn't give it to you in.
Yeah, there's no point doing it starting season and then not having it. Wait to start season.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how far they are on this. Oh, dude, they just started it.
Dude, this fucking guy is like really a lot stronger than. Well, no, it's 70. That's why.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Have you spoken to Auric?
Not yet. What does one say to an ancient Nephilim ghost?
I suppose you start with hello.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
An ally has joined my party, but my foes gain strength.
Oh, I didn't get removed from the game because it was in town. But I guess there's somebody else in town as well, so I'm gonna go in here now. Well, actually they did pretty good. These guys aren't freaking
This
level
freaking-
2.
That's what they should have in a team for clearing trash.
What?
A freaking crusader.
I just died. That was fucking hilarious. I teleported into an explosion.
What do you get? 15 minutes of rift?
And a GR, yeah.
Oh, yeah, PR. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. So that's. He finished it in 3 minutes on level 70 with 3 people in it, and he's the only one doing damage.
Wait, he had 3 minutes left, or he finished it in 3 minutes?
He finished it in 3 minutes with 4 people at level
What's
70
his
with
Paragon
no,
level?
almost 1,000. That's probably
that's
a lot
why.
to do with it.
Yeah, that's the fucking same thing as you going into a fucking GR40 with a
Yeah,
Paragon
well, I
level
can't
of
even-
200. It's the same.
I can't even
thing.
do a GR40. I mean, I can, but it's long.
No, what I'm
It's a
saying
long,
though is
drawn-out
if you're at a
process.
Paragon level of 200 fully geared, it's the equivalency of going into a fucking GR70 at his Paragon level. That's why he's almost.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's literally becomes like a GR40 to you.
Ooh, for me, haha, you can't get it. I'm sorry.
What is it?
Ramalodni's gift, he dropped on the ground to give away. I just happened to be the first person to get it.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Where is this fuckface? And Ancient Shadows grasp gloves. Maybe they're better than the ones I freaking have. Oh, you missed it. The other night, you know, people like closing goblin packs and shit, right? They closed the rift. I wasn't warned about a goblin shrine, bandit shrine that they had. The person fucking just activated the bandit shrine, and I fucking tried kicking them out. And what happened was I was like, "Fuck you." So they wound up running into a couple gelatinous goblins, so I fucking closed the rift. They're like, and then I left the game. I closed the rift and left the game. And then somebody had the audacity to fucking message me. Rude much? Really? You fucking didn't notify me about something, and then you're pissing and moaning that I fucking closed the rift on you after that? Fuck off.
But my foes are weaker.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I was like, fuck you guys. Rude much. Fuck off.
I'll be right back.
I got a fucking really good compass rose. Holy shit, I got a really good compass rose. How's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream. I have a friend of mine in voice chat right now, so we're talking. I gotta find out if I have a better freaking pair of gloves. Well, how's this compass rose? Alright, so if I actually change that, the damage on that would go up. That's toughness. Actually, that's really good. How about this? Wow,
Finally
that's
found my fucking
really
teeth.
good. Oh my god, that's so good. I
I
got
had to go
a
look for my
really good
teeth.
pair of friggin' Shadow's Grass gloves. The fucking toughness on it is really good. And I have the stat I can change for this to keep the toughness is fucking reduced all resources. So it's really good. I got fucking 40% critical hit damage on that right off of the bat. That's really good. The only problem is I have the shit augmented. Fuck.
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah.
What's your streamer tag?
I'd have to broadcast. I can't even type anything into chat. I literally, I cannot type or link anything into chat. So
I mean,
I'd have to.
What is it? Can you just say it?
Yeah, it's TO Gamer, but that's not gonna help you because there's like fucking 1,500 TO Gamers on YouTube.
Oh, you're broadcasting on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't use Twitch. Twitch is fucking corrupt and I can't stand it. It can't even follow its own global rules and then starts playing favorites and allows people to get away with shit they're not even supposed to be getting away with. Fucking idiots.
Alright, so it's TL Gamer.
Space Gamer,
capital
yeah.
T, capital L,
The G, the capitalizations doesn't really matter.
And you are channel upload.
Oh, nice.
Are you a chicken?
Oh fuck! I did the wrong damn stat. No, I actually have my actual streamer picture up.
And
fuck! I can't believe I did the wrong stat on that, motherfucker. I just wasted a ring. Oh well, shit happens. I am gonna keep.
How do you
this.
filter?
For what? YouTube
I'm
gaming.
trying to...
Just go up the top and type Diablo 3 and then click live.
Diablo 3 live streaming, Riker. I put in TL Gamer, Diablo 3 live.
No, you don't do that. If you just go to YouTube Gaming, it'll just pop up. You do YouTube Gaming and then type in Diablo 3 and then just go to live on Diablo 3 and then it should show up.
YouTube Gaming?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. YouTube Gaming. I didn't even know this was a fucking thing. Holy shit. TL.
It's YouTube's version of fucking Twitch. A lot of people, there's so many freaking streaming sites, it's just what one do you want to use? I hate this map is ridiculously stupid.
Teleport to town. TL Gamer Diablo 3.
Yep. That would be on there. That's what it is. It said something. Yelling at the game may ensue or something like that. That's what I titled the stream.
I am too low on discipline.
Is it TLG on a blue background?
Yeah.
Need more time.
Yeah, it says TL Gamer on a background that I have.
And it's blue?
I don't want to say it's blue, but it's basic. It's not like anything major. I don't like clutter my screen. I don't put my I don't fucking clutter the screen like the way some streamers do with all sorts of shit. But yeah, if you go to Diablo 3 Live, I should be on there.
Diablo 3. Live. TL Gamer.
I'm still waiting for me more discipline.
to mute the live.
Where's the Guardian on this?
Okay, is this?
There it is.
Is it delayed?
What do you mean, is it delayed? Streams are always 15 seconds behind itself.
Oh, okay. Because I hear you talking, but I didn't see you talking.
Yeah, streams are always 15 seconds delayed, so where somebody is in the game is not where they actually are in reality. Where there somebody is in the stream is not where they actually are in reality in the game. But once it's uploaded, it's even, so it's not like you're gonna... That's just how it is. I can't believe I'm using this little fucking clown with a shield and a sword. This is so funny.
Holy shit, that's fucking awesome.
What?
Taskers and Theo, which will be good for my Necromancer.
Gotcha. Is that... did you just join my stream?
Yeah, I'm in your stream.
Okay.
Mr. Dustin Jail 45.
Well, I can't see who's in the stream. The only way to know if I know if anybody's actually in the stream is if they actually type the name, type into chat.
Yeah, I just did right now.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have no idea who's in the stream or whatever. It doesn't tell you, like, the names. There's no list of names that you can do. Or look up or anything.
Ooh, fuck. Decisions. 3-piece multi-shot, 3-piece, shadow mantle.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know which way to go right now, because I got 3 pieces of shadows and I got 3 pieces of multi-shot.
Use them both. I don't mean together, but use them both.
I know,
make two
I know
builds
you,
out of it.
yeah.
Right now,
I know it's
right now
two
I would
builds,
actually, honestly, right now I would go with frickin' Impale. And the reason behind that is because once you get the just having 2 pieces on that set alone with a Carly's point, even without a holy shot point, is massive friggin' damage.
I got a Carly's point. Yeah, I
Why
don't have
am
a holy
fucking
point
using
shot.
this? This is fucking horrible. No wonder I suck ass right now. Holy shit. That's why I was fucking wondering, what the fuck am I doing? Oh my god, that was
I'm sorry.
terrible.
I only got 2 pieces.
Yeah, that's all you need. You only need 2 pieces. The first 2 pieces, just having 2 pieces on the set, give you that 1500%. You know, they give you a 1500% damage bonus with a melee. It's fucking brutal. That's why you go. That's why honestly I would say go with Impale first. It's because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cannon bolter. Cannon bolter. All I keep thinking of it when I see like cannon bolter is friggin' like a pair of bolt cutters fired out of a fucking cannon in like a fucking Civil War. It's like, yeah, grab some fucking cannon bolter. Boom. Insufferable misery. Oh, there it is. Oh, never mind. I thought a portal opened to,
It looks like it did.
Oh, fuck did it? Yeah, it did, didn't it? It looked like a fucking portal just opened from the goblins. I was like, alright.
I mean, because it was open for so long, I guess that's why it kind of looked.
No, he tried
resembled like
escaping.
it
What
had
happens is
done
they
it.
pop up and then they try to escape, and then they have a portal opening. So when you kill it, when they're trying to escape, it looks like they opened a portal. But I didn't say that's. Oh, there it is. I look like I got a fucking primal when it dropped. Or I got an item, and I was like, oh, cool, fucking primal. There it is. But I can't believe how well the, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. I'm fucking around here. I got somebody in voice chat, so if you're wondering who the fuck I'm talking to, it's a friend of mine. But, I should say it's a person on my friends list, and we're not actually friends. No, it's not like Twitter. I have a bunch of followers. Nobody has that many fucking friends. That's like...
I got 300,000 friends. Do you remember all their names? Fuck
No,
no.
you know what's funny is how many followers do you have? I got like fucking 5,000. How the fuck do you get the door of your house? I have 5,000 stalkers. I mean followers. Oh man. shit that people come up with. I actually saw there's this really bad movie. It's called fucking Tales of Halloween, where it's like 5 stories. It's like a bunch of stories that are intertwined into one story. And there was one segment on there. He goes, it was just a segment about teaching a kid a lesson. And what wound up happening was he found somebody. I guess apparently in the movie they found somebody famous. It's like, oh, you're that person. How many followers do you have? She goes 10,000. He goes, now 10,001, and he gets in a car and fucking runs her over. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the hell is this? Dude, the movie was so bad. Oh, by the way, if you want to look up something really, to show you what the fuck is wrong with the motion picture industry, and you viewers can look this up too. Alright, dude, I gotta link this. I gotta stop playing this for a minute. I gotta link this. This is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. And the weird part is, this is an actual movie. It's not even fake. It's an actual movie. Oh, hold on, I gotta fucking bring this up. Give me a minute.
I feel like the hardest thing for me to get is going to be the quiver. Because I never get a good holy point shot.
Theo.
So why do people purposefully allow leechers in their games?
I don't know. I don't really care. Bleachers don't bother me, dude. What? Look at that. Look at that fucking trailer to that movie. My friend and I find, like, we have this, we kind of made it a contest to see who can find bad, like, really bad stuff. And
Not yet.
this is an actual movie. I fucking lost it when I saw this. There's a very specific point in time I fucking lost it.
Need more time.
In that, oh my god, it was so fucking hilarious. It, oh shit, he's fucking over there. Oh my god. I posted the link to it in my friggin' stream. My stream chat. Stream chat. Fucking movie. I'm gonna starve my viewers, dude.
I'm still waiting.
Did you look at it or you not yet?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
It's fucking horrible, dude.
Ugh, fuck. I thought Amish weren't allowed to use guns.
Fucking terrible, dude. I couldn't fucking stop laughing. I lost it when the fucking fin came up out of the toilet. I fucking lost it. You see how fucking bad that is?
Motherfucker. I'm still stuck on I thought Amish weren't allowed to own guns.
Dude, it's a fucking retarded movie. You see how fucking bad that is? I lost it. Like I said, I lost it when the fucking fin came up out of the toilet. I was just fucking made this. I'm laughing so hard, I'm crying. Even though I haven't seen the. I haven't looked at the trailer right now. I'm still fucking laughing about it because it's fucking so dumb.
Oh shit. I'm getting pretty much.
You're gonna get fucking brain damage from that. Oh, I gotta link you to the fucking name of this. Dude, I found these really cool names for these movies. The best. Fucking best name for a movie ever. Hold on, I'll bring it up. Check this movie out. Look at the name of this movie, dude. Look at the name of that. Look at the name of that fucking movie. The name of that movie is so fucking awesome. because it's straightforward and to the point. I was like that.
Shit, I keep leaving your stream to watch your videos. Get your life back on track? Really?
What do you mean? No, look at the name of that movie, dude.
Some guy who kills people trailer?
That's the name of the movie. Some guy who kills people. It's straightforward to the point. It's just some guy that kills people. It's a fucking awesome name for a movie. Like, I've never seen a movie title better than that. That literally just covers everything. It's to the straightforward to the fucking point. Some guy who kills people.
Why don't you stop by the surplus store sometime? Clearly you're into damaged goods.
There's a fucking head joke in that where the guy's fucking head gets cut off or something like that, and then it lands in a car. Hey, where'd you find it? We can't find the head. Later on, the head lands in the cop car. I found the head. It's like, what the fuck? It's just the title of the movie is fucking awesome.
You missed the funniest part of it all.
I've seen the trailer, dude. I've watched it.
I'm just saying, you were talking about the head thing.
Oh, yeah.
He says, this guy has no head, Ernie. He says, I know, sir. He said, most bodies have heads.
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid.
We have to find its head.
Later on in the movie, he's like, I found the head, because it fucking like falls in the hood of his car or the windshield of his car or something. Dude, the name of that movie is fucking awesome though. Some guy who kills people. It's just like, what the fuck is that? Who's like that? What's this movie about? Oh, it's just some guy that kills people.
You know what this is? Do you know what this seems like? Like a fucked up parody version of Dexter.
Yeah. I can see where you got that from. Okay, I gotta link you to another cool name for a movie. Hold on.
Yeah, listening to you twice is kind of like, what the fuck?
Okay, look at the name of this movie, dude. I'll put it into the my stream chat. Look at the name of that movie, dude.
1 second.
The name of that movie is just as good. But the some guy who kills people is literally the best fucking name for a movie ever. What's it about? Oh, it's just some guy
John
that kills
dies
people.
at the end.
That's the name of the movie. John dies at the end. And the fucked up thing is, there's like 9 people in the movie named John, and none of them die. It's so fucking dumb.
Now that's fucking funny.
It's awesome though. It's like, who comes up with this movie? What's John dies at the end?
Oh shit, I'm getting my pieces like a motherfucker now. Now my RNG seems to have had a change of heart.
Yeah, it decided to like you all of a sudden. I'll link you to another brain damage trailer movie trailer. I'll link you to a fucking brain damaging movie trailer after this rip. Like, it's funny too because I know somebody that knows some of the people, like personally, in these movies. I got a friend of mine who's actually really connected to in the movie industry. He like has like whole addresses of like Peter Jackson and Arnold Schwarzenegger and fucking their email addresses, their phone numbers and shit. Like he talks to them. So, I mean, I'm an entertainer. I'm a magician, so I know what it's like to fucking be in the field. So, you know, it's like whatever. He's connected in the movie industry. I'm connected into the entertainment industry, and the fact that when I'm doing entertaining, my agent knows people that knows people. Like, he's been on the fucking plane. He's been on a plane with Howard Stern and talked to him and talked to Carrot Top. And I've been on stage with people on the HBO Comedy Hour, things like that, like famous people. It's like, so to me, famous people don't really bother me, and I know what it's like to be bothered. So it's like, it's weird because when you're in that realm, famous people are famous to you, but you're famous to them as well. So it's kind of like weirded out when you think about it. It's like, oh man, I love you. It's like, oh shit, I love your stuff. It's like, what the fuck, you know? But let me link you to this really fucking brain damaging movie trailer. Hold on.
Got my strong arm bracers finally.
Okay, it's not just the trailer. You have to watch this trailer, dude. This trailer is fucking ridiculously stupid. It's awesome. Wait, you see the fucking name of that,
Fortune
dude.
favors the bold. See you soon. That will look nice on you.
You gotta fucking see it, dude. It's so fucking horrible. That trailer will give you fucking brain damage. It's not supposed to be serious. It's obviously, you know, a comedy. It's a serious comedy, but it's just fucking funny because of what the fucking name of it is. I'm like, what the fuck?
You look like you could use a new
My friend
outfit.
actually has that movie. It's
And to
so
see
messed
you
up. He
soon.
like, cause he knows some of the people, so he's got a copy of the movie, and it's funny.
Wow, isn't that
He actually
I cannot
has a
afford
copy
that.
of that movie.
Nice parking job.
Are you watching that trailer?
Yes, I am.
Look at the fucking name of that movie. Fucking Wolf Cop. What the fuck is that? It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I gotta stop off at the brewery and do some investigating.
It's so ridiculous, dude. My friend actually has that movie. It's so stupid. It's so stupid you actually have to watch it because it's so dumb. You know what I mean? Fucking Wolf Cop.
How much you told me? It was a big wolf cop.
It's so dumb. You can't help to laugh at it because it's so dumb. Fucking Wolf Cop. Who came up with that? It's like, how the fuck did these movies get made? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So they
Especially-
lock your... I don't understand this, man. They lock your gear so you can't click it, drag it, and take it somewhere. But you can still delete it. You can still do...
Oh,
still
you mean when
get
you're in a
items.
GR? Yeah, they do it so you can't adjust your character. What you're basically, it's one of those things that you're stuck with the decision you made to use it. You should have picked a better build, but that doesn't kind of work like that because there's no possible way to know what you're going to run into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no one
Well-
universal build that works. You can get better rips than others. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Guys, welcome to the stream. I got a friend of mine I'm talking to in chat in case you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, dude, did I just get a fucking primal? I did. I got a fucking primal Emery's duffel.
Nice.
I did. Let me see.
I
I
don't-
did.
yeah, they can't hear me.
Emery's duffel, whatever the fuck this is, it's a fucking primal. That's hilarious.
I don't think they can hear me.
Maybe not. I'm just saying because I'm talking to you, so I'm just letting people know that, you know, like, what the fuck are you talking to?
I'm trying to hold on. Yeah, they can hear me. Sorry. I'm over here listening to myself 15 seconds later, so it's kind of confusing. So yeah, they can't hear me. I'm still lost now. That just confused the fuck out of me. Oh shit.
Oh my god, my freaking screen is lagging so bad because there's so much commotion on it. That's fucking hilarious. That's that cool freaking, I'm using my freaking, multi-shot wrap, gold wrap. I'm using my multi-shot bill with, like, gold wrap. So I'm fucking, like, standing in the middle of explosions and I'm dying.
You know, that actually seems like a really fucking great idea.
For what, on multi-shot? Oh, dude, it's broken. I mean, my freaking armor is like 37 billion. It's not even like million, it's 37 billion, dude. It's friggin' horrid. Because as soon as you pick gold up, you get gold equal, you know, you get armor equal to the amount of gold you pick up, and then it's multiplied. It's so ridiculous. And then when you're using Boon of the Hoarder, you're killing enemies that are automatically dry. You're seeing my stream, right? You're seeing how much gold is going on the ground. And when I just pick it up, it's just like, that's why, I mean, that's why you never run out of gold. As soon as you do that, you never need to do a vault. The only time you go into a vault is when you're at Creed's box, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't even matter as soon as you get gold wrap, and then, or as soon as you get Boon of the Hoarder, because even on a level 1 character, Boon of the Hoarder is good because you can put it in any item that gives you a socket on it, because gems have no level requirement, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you're doing it, you can literally, you know, you can literally go through and do some serious sickening survival while at the same time gaining gold, you know what I meld
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking area. Now, if I had harvest,
work in a GR? Do gold
no,
wraps work in a
nothing
GR?
drops in a GR, so that would not work in a GR. If it did, people would be doing fucking GR riffs of fucking like 150. You know what I mean? You just wouldn't die.
Yeah, yeah.
Need more time.
I mean, hell, I was looking at the in-season, was it? No, it was out of season, I'm sorry. Out of season 4-mans, and they're like fucking, what are they, 130 right now? Or
Well, yeah,
140?
that's because a bunch of them are necros, and then their support
Yeah, they're doing rat runs.
builds and
Or-
four-man is actually hard. It's weird because solo is actually easier to do than groups. That's why I disagree when friggin' somebody says, well, what level GR did you do solo? Why does it fucking matter? Because there aren't the same amount of people in the game, so you're going to have an easier time killing enemies. Because if you do a GR 85 solo, that's the equivalency of doing a GR 80 or GR 79 with 4 people in it. You know what I mean? You're going up a massive amount every time you do it. So it's like, oh, what GR level you do? It's like solo. Why does it fucking matter? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sitting here watching your stream, and they closed that fucking rift on you, didn't they?
I don't care about that. I'm after keystones right now, so I'm not really.
Oh, okay.
I don't give a shit. I really just don't give a shit at this point. Because I'm going in and I gotta rank up a few gems anyway, so I need the I'm not gonna have a problem with the gold. I come in here for 2 reasons: 1 to get keystones, and 2 to get the gold. So I don't have to, so I can keep empowering the rift.
Yeah.
And then when you're in a group game, you can sit in town or, you know, adjust your character or do whatever you need to do while people are in the rift, so you're not actually you're not really losing time the same way you would if you were doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that. A fucking primey heavies. That's fucking so random to salvage that shit. Fucking 15 souls, that's hilarious. I have literally no friggin' bounty mats for, like, as far as corrupted angel flesh and shit. I should really go do bounties.
Wow, that just got. I did not know that happened. You just taught me something on your fucking stream.
Who, me?
Yeah, you get 15 souls for crushing a fucking primal?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why primals, the only use that primals really have, or what people would classify as the usable primal, if it's not usable, then the other use has is 15 souls. Because regulars give you 1, ancients give you 3, and then primal give you 15.
Ancients give you 3. I didn't even know that. I just crush everything that and I don't look at what I'm crushing.
Yeah, ancient ancient legendaries give you 3 forgotten souls.
Yeah, I just crushed one and I just saw that. That's fucking crazy. Mage Fist. Do I keep Mage Fist for Demon Hunter? No.
I'm sorry, but that fucking House Shark movie that's fucking random. If you want to look up a really fucked up movie, look up the trailer to Rubber. It's a psychic tire that kills people, dude. It's a psychic tire that kills people. Well, 2 of my friends saw them. I'm like, is that even a real movie? 2 of my friends actually saw it. I was like, wow. This is the kind of shit that makes you fucking lose all hope for humanity and shit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm over here like going through all my shit. I think I have either 5 or 6 pieces of the Hollow Essence set. And I got a Dead Man's Legacy now. I just saw that.
Yeah, see, when I
Almost
first start
broke
them,
it.
I don't even give a shit if the fucking quiver matches one of my buildings. As long as I have the quiver to get the ability off it, that's what matters. Because before I got a good friggin' holy shot point, I friggin' knew it had like physical damage on it. It had like companion fucking shit on it. It had nothing to do with anything. But I needed it to get the friggin' multiple shots off of it. That's the only thing I was concerned with. Because it was at the beginning of the season, so it didn't even fucking matter. As long as I had the ability to throw that shit is what mattered.
Okay, now I do have the full 6-piece set of
Shadow.
Shadow. No, not Shadow, on Hollow Essence.
Nice.
And I've got a Traveler's Pledge, a Compass Rose, a Focus, Meter Restraint.
Before I still don't even have a I still don't even have a
Gold Wraps.
I still don't even have a what do you call it there? Hellfire amulet for my multi-shot build. I'm still using the Traveler's Pledge that I have. I'm using Focus and Restraint, but I don't have a friggin' I didn't get a good or the passive on it. The only reason you use that is because of the passive on it. It gives you access to the 5th passive. That's really what it comes down to. So yeah, it helps if it has good stats, but you're actually after the passive on it. So you have 5 passives, so it's kind of cool.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that again, because I didn't even. I would, to be
A
honest with you,
Hellfire amulet. Why it's used on a.
Oh yeah.
It's not really for the stats. The stats help, but it's for the 5th passive that's on it is what it comes down to.
Yeah. I know that.
See, they're gonna do a puzzle ring, and I'm not gonna go in there. I there's no unless they're gonna hit blue goblins, then I won't go in there. There's no reason for me to go in there because the gold is retarded. Dude, I got like 400 million gold right now. It's stupid. I'll go in here just in the off chance. But I don't need any of this shit.
That back on now.
Oh, see, there it is. A fucking gelatinous goblin. There it is. Glad I went in here. This fucking screen's gonna lag like ass.
What are you using for a graphics card? Yeah, you lag the fuck out. Holy shit.
No, what happened? What am I using for what?
What graphics card are you using?
Oh, I'm using a GT. Oh, my stats are in the upper corner of the screen, dude. My
Oh
computer
shit, my bad.
My computer specs are in the upper corner of the screen. See, now here's another thing I do that fucks with people, because people are gonna screw with me. You know, I see. Here's this person looking for a dawn, right? But yet they keep closing the rift.
Speaking of which, I need
fucking
that.
Idiots. You need what?
A dawn like that, so I need to
Upgrade. Buy it from Kadala and upgrade it. That's what I do. I either buy it or I upgrade it. Is what I do. Because I don't wait for.
Yeah.
I don't wait for.
But what I'm saying is,
It's dumb.
what's
I'm
more
gonna go play this
important,
just to piss this
a
shit
dawn
off.
or a?
It's what?
What I said? What's more important, a dawn or a Yangs? Probably Yangs, right?
Yeah, if you're for your build, you'd want to go. I mean, obviously either one of them's important, but you know, as far as what you go over first, what you want to get first is the Yanks because that is your damage. You can go without Dawn. It's just annoying, but when you get a Yanks recurve, that's really what you want to go after first is the weapon on it. The Dawn helps, and if you get it, cool. But your purpose, your function is to get the weapon first.
All right, I need to start doing. Fucking.
Fuck these guys for a week. I showed you how annoying it was when friggin' somebody kept opening the fucking boss and then canceling it. Did I show you that last night, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
you should do that.
Yeah.
You should do that in the game.
Well, right now I was running with somebody that was helping me out.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying in general, if they're fucking with the, you know, like I said, I mean, if you read the chat, the guy's looking for a Dawn. Stop, I can't type it in because I'm muted, but I'd be like, if you're looking for something, stop closing the rift.
Wait, what's his name? What's his?
I don't know who it is. I'd have to look in the chat. It's somebody in here. He's been in here asking for a Dawn. This isn't the first time he's asked for it. Hold on a second. I'm looking for a Dawn. Let me go scroll
And
up
can
here
you
and
see his? Can you view his profile and see his player number?
Yeah, hold on one second. I don't want to do it on the stream, though.
Oh, so you're not gonna be able to tell me what his player number is?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I can, but if I do it on the stream... Actually, you know what? I'm going to... Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense. Because that's just... It's this guy right here. Well, you know what? It doesn't even matter because his name's in here, so give me a minute. Fun Run? Is that his name?
No, that's his clan.
Oh, you know what? It should, hold on a second. Yeah, there'd be no way for me to... I don't know how you would do that.
So what? See somebody's gamer thing?
Yeah, I
whatever,
don't understand. I don't see how you'd be able to pull that off.
View profile.
What, were you gonna message him, tell him to stop closing the rift?
Yeah, so I was gonna message him and tell him, hey, man, if you're looking for a freaking whatchamacallit, stop closing the rift.
Yeah, exactly. The Furnace.
Ah.
Furnace sounds like the fucking name of, like, some cannibal movie. The Furnace.
Yeah, I don't think it shows it. Invite.
I think
add
you'd have
friend.
to, I don't know.
Oh, if you click add friend, it'll show it.
Oh, does it? Alright.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1 second. It's, Fun Run.
So right click add friend.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So it's,
An ally has left
SAVNTH
my party,
Bacon.
but my foes
Number
are weak.
1277.
SAV.
Saving the bacon is what it comes down to.
Is it THT bacon?
Yeah, THT Bacon. Number, hashtag or with fucking pound sign 1277.
Alright, that's on the Colonel Quest.
He probably won't ignore it. I mean, he probably won't accept it. See, here's a case in point where if somebody's asking for something and then they close the rift, what I'll do is I won't let anybody know I have it, and I'll salvage it. I won't give anybody anything.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, there's a fucking pylon up there. Grab that.
Oh shit. I'm trying to go through things and pay attention to what I'm doing so I don't crash something I actually need.
Yeah, I've done that before. I'm like, oh shit, I can't believe, like, I wasn't paying attention and I put the wrong, I used the wrong stat on the, I changed the wrong stat on my friggin' compass rose and I fucked up a really good compass rose by fucking
Changing the one bad chat? Or changing the one bad stat on it?
No, yeah, I changed the wrong stat on it. I had a decent compass rose and then I accidentally changed something. Instead of fucking movement speed is what, and here's the thing, I knew enough to change the movement speed and for some reason I wasn't paying attention to what I clicked on. I had the enchanter and the enchantress, whatever the fuck it is, and I just fucked up. Like, and then I did it afterwards. I'm like, why did the fucking damage? I'm like, oh shit, the damage went down. No wonder I fucked up. I was like, ah, well, whatever. Black Thorns.
Of course he won't add me.
Did he decline it?
It doesn't say that he declined it. I
Does
can't
it
see
still say
any
if you
of
go
my
on your
pendings.
friends list, you pull it up, it'll say invites pending.
No, I got friends, offline, and recent.
No, it would be down the very, 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 very bottom. It would say
Yes.
friend request pending or something.
It doesn't say anything about pending friend list.
Then yeah, it's that he either blocked it or didn't accept it. Keep sending so many friend requests.
Just to fucking tell me he's a dumbass.
But you know what I like is when you ask a question in a game and somebody doesn't fucking answer you, nobody answers you, and then you fucking ask like 3 more times, and somebody says, "Dude, shut the fuck up." I'm like, really? You fucking, I ask a question, you don't answer it, and then when I keep asking, you have the balls to tell me to shut the fuck up. I said, if you answer me, I would shut up. So no, the fuck up.
Oh,
meat.
decisions.
What a fucking meat stick.
It doesn't really matter, but I'm trying to get a socket on this weapon because it's the best bow I have right now.
What,
as far
what
as
weapon is it?
Odyssey's End versus a Cluckeye.
Versus a what?
But
A
Odyssey's
Cluckeye?
End versus
Really?
a Cluckeye.
I have yet to actually cluck with a Cluckeye.
I don't think I've ever clucked with one.
I give it to my follow. My follow would never cluck either.
The only reason that I'm going to swap to the Odysseys is because it gives me full maximum discipline, and I currently have the complete Unhollowed Essence set with the Traveler's Pledge and a Compass Rose, Nemesis Bracers, Deadman's Legacy. So I don't have a great set, but I have a somewhat complete set. And it gives me 12 maximum discipline, where the other one I had to reroll for, well, I haven't even rerolled it, but I can, I guess. Let me see. I can reroll out Vitality for...
So I'm gonna fucking teleport to him. I'm an asshole.
Roll that for discipline. 9 maximum discipline. I guess I'll keep that, because this Odyssey gives me 9% more damage, but I'm gonna have to roll out either damage or Vitality for a socket, whereas the Cluck I'm using has more toughness and 9% less damage.
No, you always get rid of the fucking vitalities and shit on weapons. There's no reason for it to be there.
Oh.
You know what I really get a kick out of is that quivers are friggin' classified as a weapon, and yet when you put a fucking emerald into it, it only gives you dexterity instead of more critical hit chance.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Listen to this. I think this is actually a pretty good Dead Man's Legacy for a non-ancient, except for I can reroll one thing. So it has 697 dexterity.
Link it, dude, you can link it to me in the game's chat, and I can find it. When you PM it to me, I can look at it.
Forgot about that.
Just keep in mind, your fucking thing's gonna go all over. People will see it in the stream.
That doesn't really
assuming
matter.
you don't give a shit.
I'm not worried. No, my house has been flooded.
I will take the care. Take the red eye to your house and come find you.
My house has
I
been
love when
flooded
people
before.
ask me, "Can I add you?" What the fuck am I gonna do? Stop you?
All right. You can add me all I want. Now, if I accept,
That
that's
is a
a whole
pretty
other
good.
fucking
Wow,
story.
that is actually pretty good.
That's not a bad little Dead Man's Legacy for a regular. I mean, just
For
reroll that
non-agent,
chakram
yeah.
damage.
Obviously you change the chakram damage to fucking multi-shot.
Yeah.
If you can.
I can change it.
No, I mean, I'm not saying you can't change it. What I'm saying is, if the fucking game will actually give you that enchantment. You know what I mean? Sometimes the fucking enchantments on these things, the game doesn't give you every enchantment except for the fucking one you're looking for. You know, it's like, come on. Here's a fucking.
Hey, I got impale damage.
Right? Fucking impale on fucking impale under 10 hits. Legacy is fucking awesome.
Cluster arrow, rapid fire. 15% life of vitality.
I've actually put vitality on my friggin' quivers and left them on there because of the friggin' toughness boost.
Hatred regeneration, that's a good one.
That's actually
As a
pretty good too.
placeholder.
Hatred regeneration is good too.
Yeah. It's either that or area damage.
Use fucking hatred regeneration. Nothing usually survives. I mean, friggin' dude, you got arsenal on this thing if you're using it.
Companion damage or hatred regen? For
Really?
vitality.
Does that even fucking? Do you even need to ask that, dude? Vitality.
If I do, I need to go ahead and return this game.
Regeneration. Oh, dude, I didn't tell you what happened to me on fucking season 13 when I was playing it. Oh my god, this is so stupid. The first 3 days into season, I wound up with a fucking Primal Carly's point. And then, I was in a rift, and primal shoulders dropped for the shadow set I was wearing. I'm like, cool, primal shoulders. Guess what the fucking stats on this thing were?
Shit.
Primal shadows, burden shoulders. Dexterity, companion damage, and resource reduction. I got the fucking worst rolls on those things ever. That got a quick trip to reforge. I was like, alright. It was fucking terrible, dude.
I actually deleted. I myself. I had a Traveler's Pledge.
Yeah.
Primal. It came with a socket. Good.
Yeah, primals always do. They always do.
But it came with a what was it? 15% life, vitality,
An ally
armor,
joined my party.
and that was it. It
Oh
had,
wow, that's fucking ass.
Yeah, it was nothing. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
At least it was survivability. My fucking shoulders were totally fucking horrible. They didn't even fucking survive. I was like, this is fucking terrible.
Survivability's fine. If that's what if that's what you need, but
Right.
you're not gonna get it off a Traveler's Pledge.
No, I know.
The
I'm
Traveler's
just saying, though,
Pledge is
your
just-
Traveler's Pledge was at least usable. The fucking shoulders I had were fucking horrible. Fucking companion damage and resource reduction on a fucking... it was funny, too, because I'm like, oh, cool, I got 2 primals this early in the season. One of them was fucking total garbage. I was like, what the fuck? And it was on a set item. It was on a set I was using, too. That's the sad part. So I fucking linked it in chat. I'm like, oh, it figures, and somebody goes, LOL. I'm like, oh, right. It says that got a quick trip to Reforge. Because literally it was like the 3rd day into the season 13, and I wound up with fucking 2 primals. I always get a primal Carly's point in season. Really early, too. Real early. So I don't think I'm gonna wind up playing. Like I said, I mean, I wouldn't have mind. Hardcore wouldn't be as bad as if your gear didn't get destroyed.
Okay, well, I think I need to like leave this game, go do some fucking
I gotta
whatchamacallit, and then up it.
here because I'm fucking mean. Dude,
Dude,
I can't
is-
believe I'm using a fucking primal visions and goons on this fucking guy.
This is no bueno. Now I'm like completely overpowered because I finally completed a set.
This guy's a shield. Fuck you, motherfucker, from your ass.
I'm pretty much, yeah, wow.
Is it stick a fork in you, Johnny? You're all done?
I'm practically
I think you
done,
need to be
but
spanked.
you know I was having a hard time doing Torment 5s without my full set, or without even having it, but just 2-piece set bonus, right?
I guess, yeah.
And of course, you get the 6-piece set bonus and the few items I got, and I'm one-hitting the boss.
Yeah, that's what happens with fucking Shadow Set. You can basically do it with 2 pieces on the
No,
Shadow
well-
Set.
It's not the Shadow set, it's the multi-shot.
Oh.
Because I got that Dead Man's Legacy that's actually pretty fucking good. And then I've got the entire Accursed Visage set, and I also have a Gold Wraps and Nemesis Bracers,
Yeah.
Convention at Elements, Traveler's Pledge set, and then I'm using a Cluck Eye.
You actually decided to use the gold wrap?
Well, no, I'm only using them because I don't have the whatchamacallit right now. And we were talking about it. You said that it's actually efficient, or it works. So
What, the gold wrap?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that in my stream right now. I have like
Yeah, I
Boon of
know.
the Hoarder and gold wrap, so it's fucking really good. The only reason I'm not using Harvest Band now is because I friggin' put the Primal Visions of Goons on this thing.
You use Avarice Band over Witching Hour?
Over what?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Blah blah blah. I'm being an idiot. So, do you actually prefer Witching Hour over the
Only
Gold
when
Wrap
I'm
or
doing
no?
when I'm doing GRs, I swap out what I use. So I obviously, since gold's not gonna fall, I don't use, Boon of the Hoarder. And since gold isn't falling and I'm not using Boon of the Hoarder, why would I use Gold Wrap? Instead, I would
Exactly.
put different gems in, and I would use, the Witching Hour, and then I would use Bane of the Stricken. Yeah, the only gem I would change out was Bane of the Stricken for Boon of the Hoarder. And I would change the belt, and then that's it.
Okay, yeah. I need to go do a private to raise my difficulty to Torment 13 because that was just slow.
Do it in the game.
You have to do it on solo.
Yeah, I'm saying do it in the game. Open up a fucking Greater Rift and see if anybody fucking follows you in there.
Oh, they're gonna follow me because they just saw me completely shred that. So now they're gonna be like, oh, well, we're just gonna go ahead and-
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I gotcha.
So they're gonna be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna tag along, fuck it, and then it's
Yeah.
gonna fuck me over because that's not what I'm trying to do.
Right, exactly. It's like, dude, it's not my fault this set works really good at this level.
Well, it's not only that; it's also the set at Torment it's the set at Torment 5, and I've got 400 Paragon.
Yeah, that's not gonna. That's just
More time.
that just doesn't end well for the enemies.
Yeah. I mean, I should in theory be
How did
able
I
to
just
do a
fucking
Torment
die?
13.
Dude, I just fucking
relatively
died.
easy.
Dude, I just fucking died.
Not ready yet.
I just fucking died just as I was slain. I swear to God, like, this game, for lack of a better term, Blizzard, I swear, sets up boiling points on the ground where for no reason whatsoever your character just fucking dies. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I have literally just died for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Like, my character just fucking drops dead. It's not any effects were around, I didn't get hit by any enemies, nothing. My character just fucking dead. I was like, what the fuck is this boiling the ground shit? It's what it's like. It's like your character gets fucking boiled to death. I'm like, what the fuck just killed me? There was nothing around me.
Yeah, I should be able to do a Torment 10 with a cakewalk. 13 I couldn't do. I'm doing a Nephilim Rift just to test it.
Yep.
You know, save the key type shit.
Not ready yet.
I can
When
definitely
you get your
do.
set, what you really need to do is start. Can you do any GRs? Do a really low level GR just to get your gems, and then use the gems to complete T13.
Well, I've got
that's how
most
you
of
have
my
to do it.
gems. Yeah, I've got most of my gems. I'm actually waiting on the 2 last ones that I really need.
What do you need?
But I also, give me a second. I'll tell you in a minute. But anyways,
do you have slots in your rings right now?
No, I don't. That's what I was about to say. I got a slot in one of my rings. My Traveler's Pledge does not have a slot.
Okay.
And neither does my Compass Rose, and that's actually the set that I have. So
Well, you're still getting a
That's the one
damage
I'm
bonus
rocking.
off of the Compass Rose Traveler's Pledge, so that's not that bad.
yes, yeah.
But what I would do, honestly, this is exactly what I would do. I would go craft a fucking rare ring. Just go craft a rare, and it doesn't even matter what rare ring it is. Just go fucking craft any rare ring you can get. Just keep crafting them until either A, you get one with a socket, or you get one that's high enough that gives you kind of a good damage boost. And then what you do is you take it to the enchanter and enchant a socket into it. What you then do is you take your... I would literally remove the Compass Rose and the frickin' Traveler's Pledge, and I would just fucking craft amulets and rings with sockets in them, because if you put your gems in them, you're gonna do fucking 4 times more damage. So what I would tell you to put in the socket is the Gem of Officious Toxin, and friggin' Z's Stone of Vengeance, and then
Nice.
I would literally use, honestly, I would use Gem of Officious Toxin, and I would use
Bane of the Trapped.
no,
No, not Bane. I'm sorry. That's the
no, you use Bane of the Trapped, but what I'm saying is, if your Bane of the Trapped is up, but if you really want to jack up damage, like until you get your whatever it is you need, because you said you don't have 2 of the gems you need. So what I would do is I would use Gem of Officious Toxin, because it starts out doing 2,000% weapon damage as poison over 10 seconds. It's like
Yeah.
it's a little damage, but it's fucking brutal when it comes to that, because you're dishing out way more damage with the gems.
Well, if I can get to Torment 10 by doing Torment 10 equivalent rift or grift, then I'll
Yeah.
do that.
And then you'll go into the rifts in that, right?
Yeah, and then I'll just keep I'll do that a couple times in solo, and then try and get it to where I can get to 13 after I get all of my gems and shit.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is you
So.
can do T13 if you're careful, but you need gems to do it. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So
I know.
if you don't have your gems upright, I would just basically do GR15 until I
unlock all the gems.
yeah, I would just keep doing GR15, right, exactly, and then I would put 5 ranks on my 5 ranks on my gem, and then I would use that to power. I would use that to jump up the GR so I can rank them further. You know what I mean? So you basically piggybacking off between the gems and the you're piggybacking off of the gems and the refs.
What do you use? Do you use paint enhancer or
In what, multi-shot? No. You can.
Oh yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do like,
what are the three? I forget what the 3 main ones are. It's Zeiss, Bane of the Trap, and
Bane of the Stricken Traps, and then the Stone of Vengeance. However, the combination I found that works especially good for clearing rifts in T13. Honestly, this is the combination I use, or for the most part. Gargog of Swiftness, Gem of Officious Toxin, and Bane of the Trapped. The reason I use those I would normally use those 3 to clear rifts simply because, number 1, it removes the distance restriction on it so you can do that damage whether you're close to the enemy or not. Secondly, the Gem of Officious Toxin, when you have it to at least 25, turns your multi-shot damage and gives it a 10% damage boost because it's fire, and Gem of Officious Toxin says any enemy that's poisoned takes 10% damage from additional damage from all sources. So you're dealing with that, so that's why it's both good in a group. But the fact of the matter is, you're poisoning the enemy on top of doing 10% additional fire damage with that. Plus, you're delivering it 6 times faster, or you're just delivering it at a blazing speed because of the Gargog of Swiftness. It's fucking ridiculous. If you have, what rank is your Gargog of Swiftness right now?
That's one of the ones I don't have.
Okay.
I don't have. Okay, I do not have. I think I'm missing like 4 or 5 gems.
Do you want to come in a game with me? Do you want to come in a game with me and I can just fucking blow through the rifts real fast for you?
Yeah. I mean that doesn't bother me.
All right, just invite me in then. Make a game and invite me in.
Give me a second. Let me. This one's already going. I'll just delete that. Oh no, hold on. Give me about 5 minutes. I'm almost done with this rift.
Yeah, that's right. Take your time. I'm in the middle of getting some keystones anyway because I'm an ape.
I was actually just re-rolling. I was in the middle of re-rolling for sockets on my ring and my amulet.
Did you get them or not?
So I can act. Yeah, I got them.
Nice.
Now I went back in to go ahead and yeah, that helps out quite a bit. I'm using Zeiss right now. I got Zeiss, so I'll put it in.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying is if you put the Gem of Officious Toxin into the freaking thing, I'm telling you, dude, it's ridiculous. It starts off at 2,000% poison damage. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you, put that gem in there and watch what happens. It's even better than Zeiss. It's way better than Zeiss at the beginning because it's you're talking 2,000% poison.
I mean, if you want to be technical, I can throw Zeiss and.
No, that's what I mean. I wouldn't do that though. I would actually put.
Well, I'm saying because I don't have the 3rd gem. I don't have anything else.
I know what gems do you have?
Pain enhancer, Bane of the Power. Well, you said Bane of the Powerful, right?
You can use that. I mean, that'll help.
Great.
But once
Gem of Vicious Toxins, Simplicity Strength, there's Lightning Speed, Toga, Forester, Boon of the Hoarder, Molten, Gizzard.
Wait, you got Boon of the Hoarder?
Yeah.
Do you have Gold Wrap Belt on? Use Boon of the Hoarder.
I use Boon of the Hoarder.
Yeah, use Boon of the Hoarder. The whole thing is that you want damage, so either use Boon of the Hoarder because you're using Gold Wrap, or use Gem of Officious Toxin, and then,
Bane of the Trap and Bane of the Stricken, right?
No, well that's normally, but if you're gonna do, if your gems aren't ranked up high enough, I'm telling you, watch what happens. Stuff that gem of Officious toxin in there. Watch how fucking watch what happens, dude. It's
In
retarded.
place of the Zeiss, correct?
Yeah, don't use Zeiss.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I mean
I
you
was saying
can.
take out Zeiss, put in gem of Officious toxin,
What do you,
and then
what
put
do you
in
have?
Boon
What
of the
else? What
Hoarder.
other gems do you have in there though?
Right now, I have gem of Officious toxin,
Yeah.
Bane of the Trapped, and Boon of the Hoarder.
Alright, I mean, you can swap out Boon of the Hoarder if you want, because you're not guaranteed to get gold, but it's just going to give you gold and help enhance with your freaking gold wrap. But if you actually put in Zeiss Stone of Vengeance on top of that, then you'll fucking do massive damage at a distance. Because you got to remember, these gems are doing distance, but if you don't want, you don't have to. But just having... You can even, actually, to be honest with you, you can go so far as to remove the Boon of the Hoarder and put in Pain Enhancer. Because it's not a... You're talking... thousands of % damage. You're not. It's ridiculous. You're not after the effect on it. You're after just doing damage to the enemies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not after the secondary effect on the gem, is what I should say. You're after doing, like, seriously, 2,000. I'm telling you, dude. Watch when you go into the fucking rift. Watch what happens because you have that gem of Officious toxin. Just even at default, the way it is, it's at 0 rank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even level 25 is actually a pretty good buff because if you think about it, that's 5% less than your wolf companion.
Right, but what I'm saying is if you
and it's
take
up all the time.
Just like early on, just having a gem of Officious toxin inside of it, it's hitting for poison of 2,000% weapon damage. That's broken. Like it's so ridiculous. And then, actually, you know what's really good? Wreath of Lightning. Take out Boon of the Hoarder and put in Wreath of Lightning. Watch this.
Give me a second. I just became a complete retard.
What'd you do?
I just went into a fucking Greater Rift with the Boon of the Hoarder thing.
That's not gonna matter. I mean, what Greater Rift level do you have?
I'm on 45, so, I mean, I can do it, no problem. And this Gem of Officious Toxin is ridiculously easy to kill.
Yeah, it makes the fucking thing so much easier. It's so overpowered, dude, for a low level, because you don't really need much. It's stupid.
I know this doesn't mean a whole lot compared to what we were, like, you know, if you're thinking about what we were talking about earlier, but...
Yeah, if you're missing stuff, you have to circumvent this shit.
Well, no, I'm talking about in comparison. I was hitting probably about, you know, probably about 500 million on average, and now I'm hitting easily 3,000 million, so 3 billion.
Yeah, something like that. Is that because of Gem of Officious toxin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
But I'm telling you, if you stuff Wreath, watch what happens when you stuff Wreath of Lightning in here.
Hold on. Wreath of Lightning, don't you have to go to a lightning build for that?
No, that is not. It's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, okay.
It has to do with, dude. I'm telling you, if you
right?
stuff Wreath of Lightning in that, you will fucking kill enemies when it triggers off. They just shred because of it. It's fucking brutal. So, like I said, when you're first starting off, you want to make sure that you're doing an asinine amount of damage. So
the maximum damage you can do.
Well, you're doing not maximum, but you're doing a
items.
lot. You know what I mean? And so when you put it, I'm telling you, because also you can't really kill enemies in a distance. You're gonna get surrounded. So when you trigger it, it's literally gonna melt the enemies because it's 1,000% electricity damage. On top of the 2,000% you're doing off of the Gem of Officious toxin. So it's like you're doing 2 massive damage types off of that.
I don't know, I might be able to do 60 just like this.
I mean, try it. I don't know how well that would work.
I'm doing a 45 and I'm already almost done with it, and my timer's at 12 minutes 30 seconds left.
Now, will you have you notice a significant difference though? You said when you put in Gem of Officious toxin.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous, dude. It's like because you're at a low level. That's like, dude.
How does this not stay relevant throughout the higher portion of the game? Like
it does.
Pushing.
It does.
Okay.
It's just what happens is the enemies, when you get in higher rifts, the enemies have more and more health. Eventually, what happens is, yeah, you can poison the enemies, but they just don't die from the poison the same fashion because you're talking a difference between an enemy that has, 5,000 health compared to an enemy that has, 10 million health. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
Yeah. What's the scaling on the leveling of the Gem of the Officious Toxin?
What do you mean? What's the scale? Oh, you mean what does it do? It pumps
What's
it
the
up.
percentage per level?
It's a lot. It's not the same as
Eyes?
pain enhancer. It's not the same as pain enhancer, but it's really high. Like you put in like 3 ranks and it'll go up to almost 3,000% weapon damage. It's ridiculous.
So does Zai? Well, what I'm asking is, does Zai scale better?
Zeiss is weird because Zeiss Stone of Vengeance requires you to have the distance between them. So
Yeah,
if
but
you
I'm
don't-
saying, but it scales in damage, doesn't it?
yeah,
Whenever
but
you level it.
Yeah, but it's a different type. It's not the same. You can't really compare the two of them. But as far as its scaling, I mean, it scales appropriately according to how it is. You know what I mean? There's no real way to say that it scales better than Gem of Officious Toxin or anything else. But it's just because each one of them does their own thing, and each one of them does their own mitigation, damage mitigation, and each one does its own type. You can't really compare poison to just a distance damage because the difference is that it's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. I know what I'm trying to say. I just can't explain it.
Okay, correction. I'm missing quite a few gems because I think I'm missing at least two tabs, so I'm missing probably like 10
I
gems.
fucking entered in a fucking middle of an explosion again. I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't even have time to fucking exit out. It was horrible.
Oh, I got another Shadow Mantle piece from this rift here, so
I keep
that's
getting
a
Dead
bonus.
Man's Legacies. I just picked up another one.
Wow, I'm surprised that succeeded the whole way through. Holy shit, I wasn't even paying attention, and I'm surprised that wow.
What happened?
I did a 40 rift, and I got 33, 34, 35, 36, and 37 rank on a gem, 100% all of them.
What rank is the gem?
That's what I'm saying. I went from 33 to 37. I went from 32 to 37 because I empowered it.
No,
And
I'm
I
saying
got every point.
what rank is the rank? The gem was 30. What?
32,
Okay, and what level GR did you do?
40. So I started with an 80%.
Oh yeah,
chance.
that's weird because you got lucky on that one.
Yeah, I did. I started with an 80% chance, and it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
stuck
yeah.
all the way through and gave it to me every time.
Sometimes it does that. Like I've gotten all 5 of them when it was at 60%. What's weird is the upgrade will remain at 60% chance. If you have
Wow.
if your gem
That's
is ranked
shit.
80 and then you do a GR 81, you will have a 60% chance every time you upgrade it until it hits 81. It's weird because like you could be behind one rank in a gem and it'll give you 60%. So if you keep it the same and that gem is not at level 40 yet, and then you go to do a GR 40, you'll have a 60% chance to keep upgrading it every time until you surpass the level
Hey,
of the GR.
Are you still playing with that 7th guy? Because he just added me.
No, he's gone. Say my buddy was in a game with you and you were looking for a dawn, but yet you kept closing the rift. So that doesn't make any sense. If you're looking for something, keep the rift open.
Not ready yet.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. I got some coffee here I'm gonna drink.
I just sent him a message. I said, hey, if you're looking for an item, don't
In a
close
rift.
the rift.
Yes, don't
Yeah,
close the rift.
Don't
Yeah,
close
exactly.
the rift. Run it through because you're missing out on chances of level.
Yeah. See, the thing with the rifts is, it works like this. If items come from variables, Okay, variables are anything in the rift, such everything ranging from breakable objects all the way up to chests, event chests. Then you have the enemies from the event chest, and then you have the event chest reward itself. So you're talking about, you know, pylons and everything else. So the thing here is, closing a rift early removes you encountering those variables. That's why somebody fully clearing a rift will wind up with 10 times more items than somebody who closes a rift on, let's say, the second level. Because the simplified reason for that is because the person who is fully clearing the rift is encountering more variables than the person closing the rift. That's the way it works. The more variables you encounter, the more items you're going to get. Close a rift early and you prevent yourself from encountering those variables. And that's why I brought up the fact that people will say, well, you know, I can just make it up I can make it up in the next rift. No, you can't. It's gone permanently. So I've had to correct so many people by saying, you know, what you get, you're only looking at what you get. You're failing to understand that what you don't get gets subtracted from the amount you do have, and therefore you can't make that loss up. It's not possible. So if you leave 10 items on the ground in a rift and then close it, right?
Yeah.
You can't get those 10 items back. Now, people will start saying, well, I can't get those exact 10 items back, but it has nothing to do with that. You are missing 10 items. It's not relevant what you have. So when you start the next rift, you're not starting, if you, let's say you had 20 items and you dropped 10 of them on the ground and then you went into the next rift. When you start the next rift, you're not starting it with 20 items or 10 items. You're starting it with minus 10 items because people only look at what they have. And so when instead of 20 items, you're actually starting the rift with 10 instead of 20. So what happens is, in order to make that 20 up, the first 10 items you pick up in the rift make up for the loss. So you actually didn't gain anything from the first 10 items you picked up. You're still, and even after you picked up all those items, the 10 you left in the rift previously are that pile can never be made up ever, because no matter how many items you get, so let's say you pick up, you know, 40 more items, now you have a total of 50, but instead of having 50 you would have had 60. You're still missing those 10 items. So however many rifts you close early is how many items you're actually missing. Now obviously there's no way to determine what items fall. Don't matter. It's the fact that a minimal of 10 items will always fall on the level of a rift. It's a base fact. You can go in and count it. Because people only try to apply items as in legendary. Wrong. It's not. It doesn't work that way. Items are anything ranging from gold to gems to, you know, legendaries. It's all relevant. You know what I mean? It's all relevant.
Yep.
And so people are, when you're dealing with mats, legendaries aren't the only mat in the game. On top of that, you're missing, if you have nemesis bracers and you're in a rift, now you're missing death breaths on top of the gold and whatever else these enemies would have dropped. So now it's not just you're not just missing a bunch of items. So the pool of items that you don't get keeps getting added every time, every rift. And eventually what happens is you can't make up for that loss, because if you basically got to the point where you have a pool of 40 items you would have had, that's 40 items that get subtracted from your current total. And if you close it again, the pool of items that you're missing gets bigger. So when you go to the next rift, you're actually not even gaining anything, and eventually what happens is you start losing items because you can't even make up for the lost pile that you don't have.
Correct. Hey, TL, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
On that Yang's I linked in the chat.
Oh, what would I change?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm thinking about changing the maximum discipline.
you put 12 discipline on it. Period.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you put 12 discipline on it.
The discipline is, I mean, that's 200% of your ability damage. So.
Yeah, that's if you have the full set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got the full set.
Okay.
I got the full set. I now have a 12 maximum discipline in Deadman's, and I've got a 12 maximum discipline in the Yangs, and I also have a Ramaladni's. So I'm gonna break that into that Yangs, even though it's the only one I got. I'm just gonna break it.
Can you reforge the Yangs right now?
I've already reforged it 4 times, and that's the best.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I got.
Okay,
So,
yeah. Just use it. It doesn't even matter. You're eventually gonna get another Ramanales.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about getting another one.
Right.
You know, it's gonna happen. It's
Yeah,
inevitable.
somebody will drop one, and like you said, you picked one up from somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, I still haven't even got the chance. Realistically, somebody dropped one for me, so I don't see it as the chance that, or as the.
That's what I mean.
Game,
What I'm saying is, you're
it.
eventually, if you hang out in game, somebody's gonna drop one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, not
dude,
only that, but
I didn't tell you how many fucking Ramanales I had in fucking season. Okay, somebody goes, they were linking how many Ramanales they had in fucking the chat. They were linking them in the chat. Somebody's like, I have a lot of Ramanales. I says, you probably don't have as many as I have. I kid you not, dude. People were linking like 50, 80. I linked 280 of them. It was fucking retarded, dude. They had fucking 280 Ramanales. And that's not even counting. That's not even counting the ones I used and gave away. I had somebody's like, "What the fuck?" and I said, that's not me relinking the same 100. I says, I'll break these up and show you. I literally have this. They go, drop those on the ground. So I did. They're like, what the fuck? Where did you get them all? I had like fucking 280 of them. It was dumb.
Alright, so if for greater rift pushing, the boon of the hoarder does nothing for
Absolutely
me.
right.
I need something that's gonna give me
right now. What I told you to do is put Wreath of Lightning in Gem of Officious Toxin until you start getting.
Okay, yeah.
Until you start getting that, because watch what happens. I'm telling you, dude. Watch what happens when you friggin' put a Wreath of Lightning in that thing. I know that sounds fucking redundant, but you don't have the gem power to do anything right now. So what you would do is, I'm telling you, watch what happens, dude. Between the Gem of Officious Toxin and Wreath of Lightning, you're gonna fucking rip the shit out of so much stuff, even though you don't have your gear, your character fully set up. So you need to circumvent and make up for the damage.
Holy shit, I died quick.
And what were you trying to do?
Me?
Now, what GR level did you just try doing a GR 60?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god. Dude, just do a GR 50. If you did a 40, you said to 40, right? Do a GR 45. Holy shit, I died quick.
Does it show you when I die? No,
it just sounds funny. All of a sudden I heard, oh, holy shit, I died fast. At first I thought you were going to say, holy shit, this works well. And then, I died. I'm like, all right, I guess you didn't work well. And that's why I asked you. I'm like, what the fuck GR level are you doing?
I said, fuck it, I'm just going to jump straight to 60.
You might as well try it, you know what I mean? I did it with friggin'... Yeah. I got away with it because I was using Impale, but listen to this, dude. Before I fucking had anything in my cube that was usable, any of these items, I was missing the Compass Rose, the Traveler's Pledge. I was missing an elusive ring. I didn't have an Aquila Curious. You know what was in my cube for the armor slot on my fucking Impale? Fucking Nemesis Bracers.
Something changed. Oh, fuck. My toughness went down to shit. And it's changing. Why is it change? Oh, Traveler's Pledge, dumbass. I can't take one hit from anything without dying.
Yeah, you're in fucking T13. What do you expect?
No, I went down to T11.
Yeah, I could be able to do that with that. You can do it with Impale, but you can't do it with that. There's no fucking way.
Well, I tried T11. I've got 500,000 damage,
yeah,
but I don't have enough toughness.
Not gonna do anything.
That's my problem.
You have what?
I don't have enough toughness. I'm killing everything. I'm killing everything with like 2 hits.
Just keep dying.
I just don't.
Whatever shit happens, you know. It's like, all right, whatever.
I mean, right now it doesn't really matter because
as long as you finish the rift within the timer, it doesn't fucking matter how many times you die.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting towards right now.
Just go
'cause-
fucking balls all out. Alright, I'm just gonna get the fucking T13. It doesn't fucking matter. Just so you can join public games and join them.
I'd probably be better off, to be honest with you, with how because I've played multi-shot for so long
Yeah.
that I know how to stay away from enemies without a problem.
Yeah. What I really get a kick out of is
I'm actually off-screen killing is what I'm doing to
Yeah.
be able to do this.
in my stream earlier, I was like yelling at my stream. I'm like, yelling is this is me playing this and yelling because what happened is the I was talking to somebody who was watching my stream and I says, listen, you know, is somebody on my friends list Diablo because I was showing him how to, you know, he wasn't aware of like using a follower on his thing. He was like a bunch of things he wasn't doing.
Ah, fuck! I'm not using a follower, my dumbass.
And so a follower's really not going to do anything until you get an Oculus ring.
I have one.
Okay, put it on the follower. That doesn't fucking matter.
Yep.
So anyway, I basically wound up telling him that I was showing, so I was cursing at the fucking, I was swearing at that rift, like this is fucking retarded. Like Blizzard does not know how to make these rifts. I said there's like enemies in these rifts that don't belong in this group of enemies. It would be like laying out a bunch of chocolate and then having a fucking, you know, a fucking piece of, it'd be like, and then
Vanilla ice cream. And a bunch of
that
chocolate
goes
bars.
together. It'd be like having a fucking bowl of lima. It'd be like having a bowl of lima beans in the middle of a fucking chocolate line. It's like these enemies don't fit. They don't belong in this level. And so what wound up happening was I think I'm fucking what I was getting at. I was yelling at the stream and so what wound up happening was I'm like, what the fuck was I saying? What the fuck were we talking about? Because I just lost my train of thought. I'm trying to like play it.
Mixing monsters and games that don't make sense.
No, it wasn't that. It was something else I was gonna say.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Just
No,
a second
I
ago.
know. I was trying to say something with yeah. So I'm sitting there picturing about the monsters, right? And maybe if I start talking about it, I'll remember it. So I'm sitting there picturing about the monsters, and I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. Like, why are these things even in here? And I'm sitting there yelling at the game, and I'm like, why the fuck why do I keep, you know, I kill these enemies, like, why the fuck, where did 5 enemies just come from? It's almost like really, what the fuck? So there's a whole shitload of things in this game that just literally make no fucking sense on how the rifts are put together. Blizzard did a shitty job. Dude, I got a fucking Dawn. You should tell that kid I got a fucking Dawn for him. He's not in the game, I can't even give it to him.
Too bad I'm not in the game because I need one too.
I got a,
Oh fuck!
I got a really good Dead Man's Legacy here. The multi-shot, it doesn't have, it literally has, like, no discipline on it at all. But if I put it on, it would actually be pretty good.
Did you say Ice Blink or Wraith of Lightning?
Wreath of Lightning.
What is Ice Blink? Okay,
Ice Blink is just chills enemies, but Wreath of Lightning, like I said, when you're at your level, Wreath of Lightning works really good, especially with Jumbo Fishy as Toxin, because it's 2 separate different types of massive damage, and I'm telling you, watch what happens when you put those things in there, dude.
Well, I ran it with that on that grift. I didn't even proc it. I didn't proc it once. Both of them.
No, you probably
I ran both of them, and I didn't.
You probably did, but what happened is you have to be near the enemies in order for the lightning to fucking take effect.
Oh.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't near any of the enemies.
Yeah, but that's probably why. It's not that it didn't. It's not that it didn't trigger. It's just you weren't near the enemies to see what happened.
Yeah. I think it's because I'm so used to knowing how to play.
You don't use fucking Wreath of Lightning on a multi-shot build. You're just never gonna be in. I've actually used Wreath of Lightning on a on Impale. It works real good. And the reason I started out was I'm like, fucking, if a conduit pylon does this, why wouldn't Wreath of Lightning do it? I had the Wreath of Lightning up to like rank 100. It was, and on top of that, because it does weapon damage, I had a fucking Primal Carly's Point. It was so much fucking damage, it was ridiculous. But the main thing here is, why it works so well on Impale is because when enemies are hit by that lightning, they're stunned. It's so ridiculously overpowered. People underestimate certain gems, and so when you if you have not stuck a Gogog of Swiftness inside multi-shot, I'll do it. Are you still on my stream?
I've actually done it. It's actually part of one of the build. It was actually part of that build I was telling you about that people came out with the Traveler's Pledge
Yep.
set 4. So I believe I have done it. Holy shit. So yeah, I have done it, and it actually works really well. But
The fucking attack speed is so ridiculous.
well, not only the attack speed, you don't need cooldown reduction.
Well, you still
You
do,
can
but
well, you need it, but you can lessen how much you need
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you're getting some from it. So you don't have to re-roll for those stats. You can actually re-roll for dexterity and some of your shit or damage or whatever.
right, but also
It's-
Gargoyle Swiftness puts dodge on you too.
Yeah, exactly. So
Gotcha.
it gives you survivability. You don't have to re-roll for fucking cooldown. Well, you don't need as many slots of cooldown taken up in your stacks on your items.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's every stat you don't need to re-roll for is another stat you have it getting perfect.
Yeah, that's like Plague Swarm and something else on the Witch Doctor. If you have
Yeah, exactly.
if you have the Wormwood cubed, it's gonna free up a slot on your skill bar because you don't need to put it on your skill bar. You know what I mean? So you can
Because
put a
it's
different skill in.
passively activating it without it even being on your skill bar.
Right. It's like having
That's
a,
where
it's like having
passive
a
is
Hellfire
passive.
amulet. It's like having a Hellfire amulet on a multi-shot build. You have 5 passives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be technical, that's where a passive becomes, or a skill becomes a passive. Is it's on an item
In
that
the
you don't
cube.
have to have in your skill bar.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
true.
passive
Actually, that's a
item.
really good way to look at it.
Or that's a passive skill, you know.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as your actual passives. They're not on your skill bar. You
Right.
can't activate them, so they're not.
That's like the 5th Dead Man's Legacy I've gotten in fucking 3 runs. Not 5th, but I've gotten quite a number of them in a number of runs. So I was like, what the hell is this? I have 2 friggin' puzzle rings here. This is ridiculous.
Okay, this is this is absolutely asinine.
What?
I went back to Zai's instead of the lightning one
Yep.
because I've trained myself after playing this build for so long
Yep.
to just stay away from enemies, so it's
Yeah.
actually helping out better.
Yeah,
Just
that's
because of
yeah.
my
I mean, I
playstyle.
was just giving you like early
Yeah.
on. If you have no gems and that's what you get, that's what you use because the
Yeah.
damage rate and if it because of the way it works, you want to be surrounded with it obviously, but because it's doing so much damage. Because what happened is when I put a Wreath of Lightning into if I'm leveling a level 1 character. I put in, obviously I'm going to use the gems that I have normally, but if I've augmented something or I don't have the gem and I'm working with a level 1, I will, because that stuff works off of weapon damage, what I will do is I will leave the gem, whatever rank it is, to rank a level 1, and what happened, basically let me go this route. On hardcore, I kept losing gems, so the only gems I had to work with were the ones I was telling you about, so I had like Wreath of Lightning and everything else. So, because I had a previous character, I had,
All the gems.
no, I had gems, but I had flawless royal rubies. When you put it into a weapon at that level, what happens
yeah.
is you get like a 5,000 point, 5,000 additional weapon damage. So your freaking damage is stupid because
Yeah.
it goes off of that, and because of that, the gems trigger that because it goes off of weapon damage, and you just fucking walk through. It's literally, dude, walking from point A to point B, and when you hit something, it just triggers it. Another thing I was using was that worked really good in this. If you really want to get technical, is I was using the Boisarkries chip. Add 16,000 thorns damage, so when an enemy hit me and jumped at me, it died. It was fucking stupid. I was killing winged assassins just by having them hit me. So I was having fun with that because when I did the Boisari, I can't even pronounce that chip that does the thorns, and then I had Wreath of Lightning. The lightning would sometimes get triggered when an enemy hit me. So I was like, this is fucking great. I was shredding everything. Another gem I was using was the molten wild beast deceits gizzard, which regenerated my life at 10,000 life per second. So at a level 50, or even at a level 25 character, like when you're leveling your character, when you're level 25, you will just can't die because you fucking your life you're regenerating more life than you even have. It's just so stupid. You don't have 10,000 life at all when you're like level 25 or level 30. I mean, I don't think you even have that much when you're level 50. You just don't have that much life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you go in there, you're literally going past the point of you're regenerating more life than you actually have faster than you can generate it. So you just can't die with it. It's stupid. I mean, eventually what happens is it comes down to where, it eventually gets you. But it's just funny because, like, I'm regenerating 10,000 life per second and I only have 6,000 life. It's just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
I've got a complaint for Diablo that they need to address. Like,
There's a bunch of things that they need to address.
well, one of them is so stupid and pointless that it makes me want to bash
What,
my
the
head against the
complaint
wall.
or what you're complaining about? I mean, the complaint itself is dumb, or what you're complaining about is dumb?
The problem in the game
Okay, the problem is dumb, okay.
If, hold on, let me see, because it used to be this way. I don't know. Maybe they changed it. I looked at the wrong deal here. Let me verify before I open
just
my
got
mouth
killed
on
by
the
a vile
stream and sound like
tempest.
an idiot.
That's funny. I should have just rezzed in town.
Not ready yet.
Okay, yes. Your followers between your heroes should not be required to each have their own items.
What is that? Wait, what? That doesn't even fucking make grammatical sense. What the fuck did they just say? Where were you reading that?
No. If you go between one tune and another, so go to one of your season tunes and then go to the other one.
Oh, yeah.
One of them does not have, like if you put a Templar relic in, say, my Necromancer, and then
Yeah.
I go to my Demon Hunter, that Templar relic is no longer on the Templar.
Right, because it's not considered on the Templar. It's actually considered on the Necromancer itself. It would be the equivalency of putting a shadow hook on your Necromancer and then still and then looking in your stash to see if it's there. It's literally your followers, literally part of your character. So it's the same. Putting something on your followers is almost the equivalency of equipping it on your character for that in that regard.
And it shouldn't be that way though, because realistically,
it's a follower that's not an act. It's not your character. So I get what you're saying. It's not the same thing as taking something out of your stash on your character. That's not the same thing. That would be like if your stat. This would be like your stash is your follower, is what you're saying. Because if anything you put in your stash is shared between all characters. So why isn't it the same with the followers? Yeah, I get what you're saying. I've never agreed with that either. I said, how the fuck come if I have a follower and it's the scoundrel or whatever? How can it not be the same follower? That would be like saying, oh no, I have to open it. I have a stash for each specific character, so whatever I put in that stash with that character is only for that character. That's literally what the fucking same thing is.
It's kind of the same argument if you think about it as, okay, you open a game, or I open a game, I invite you, I back out of the game, I swap my tune, I come back in with a different... I didn't change my Templar, and I didn't change them. They're still in the game.
Yeah.
So why does it feel when I change my tune, it should change my scoundrel and all that as well?
Yeah, the scoundrel when you change your tune should not be tied to any tune. Obviously, it shouldn't be. It should only be tied to your character as long as you're in the game with that character. But once you get that character, right? Once you leave the game with the character, the follower should detach from that character, not still remain part of it, even if it's not in the game. Is what happens, and that's why you don't see. That's why each follower is locked specific. I'm like, my follower is not my character. Why the fuck can't I see these items on the? Why do I have to get a totally different set items.
Items
for-
for a fucking follower.
Yeah, it doesn't make any freaking sense. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense in early game idea or in our early game concept before the seasons came out, because nobody knew what was the perfect item for this.
No, but that's
or,
not even
you know,
the point. That
Or not
has,
the perfect. What's the general item that everybody uses?
Yeah, but that's
you know,
not even. That's not
so-
even. That still doesn't make any fucking sense, because that resorts to the same argument. So now because that's basically saying, well, you need very special items. No. It's like, come on, fucking either make the characters fucking share all items on, like, followers don't change anything. I can understand, like, if you're, see, here's the thing, all right. If you open up a follower has things that are set in stone. You can't change them. Like, you will never be able to get the scoundrel to use a one-handed crossbow. It must use two-handed weapons, and it must use a two-handed crossbow. Otherwise, it'll tell you you can't put it in there. The follower has the scoundrel, for example, has the same skill no matter which character you use it on.
Now I'm gonna stop you real quick because I'm using the Templar because I have the Templar relic. Should I use Guardian or should I use Inspire? I think I
have no idea
Inspire
about I have no idea
for
about the Templar
multi-shot.
follower. I use the scoundrel for multi-shot because the scoundrel does something specific to
The world is not as simple as it seems.
the scoundrel is basically a rogue. That's what your character is for ranged. It's a rogue.
Yeah.
It's an archer or whatever it is, I should say. Sorry, rogue. I don't know what the fuck I said that.
Well, there's two things that I can do here. They got two choices that I'm kind of tossed up between that actually could make a difference. Loyalty, which regenerates an X
I
amount
can
of
look
life
at
per
him. Hold
second.
on. I can just look at the Templar.
Yeah.
I can just look at him.
Yeah, so you got loyalty is your level 10 and your level 20 for multi-shot. I think the slow would be possibly good because you're control and pairing effects, but you're slowing them with your multi-shot every time anyways. And then on the last one, I'm thinking Inspire for the hatred regeneration.
See, but here's the thing. It doesn't even matter because your follower isn't going to be able to kill anything. So you need to benefit from your follower. So in this particular case, if you open the scoundrel, take a look at the scoundrel. This is why I say the scoundrel is more geared toward this thing.
I know the scoundrel is better, but the only reason I'm using the Templar is because that's what I have the Templar relic. I don't have the
I
other
see
one
what
where
you're
you
saying.
can't die.
I wouldn't even do
So
that. I would just fucking grab the scoundrel. I grab the scoundrel whether he's fucking saved or not, or whether I have shitty weapons on him. It doesn't even fucking matter. I just grab him because his abilities are what the issue is, not what he fucking has equipped. And like I said, your follower, and to be honest with you, the only things that you're using from your follower is boosting you. So any boost you have
that's what I'm talking
for
about.
you would be good. So in this particular case, putting obviously
Well, that's what I'm getting at with the Templar is the level 20 skill. You can either get restored life and it knock back enemies within 15 yards of you, or you can get hatred regeneration of 1 per second.
I'd use the knockback. The reason behind that is because
More damage.
when you do it, no, it's not that. It has nothing to do with the damage. It has to do with keeping the enemies away from you.
Yeah, I know. That's
my
meaning
point.
more
That's what
damage.
I'm saying. I'm not looking at the damage. I'm not saying it's not good for damage. But the main thing would be because you wanted to
Keep them back.
you want to
so
make
can-
sure that they're not near you. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So anytime you
That's-
any way for you to get enemies away from your possession is good. And that's why one of the people thought I was weird using what was it? There's a skill on frickin' one of these things that I did. Hold on, I'm in the middle of a rift. Hold on a second. Let me
Now, the scoundrel, because I saw how you had it set up, does poison bolts apply to you?
I don't know. I'm just doing it because it fucking poisons the enemy.
Okay, yeah. And then
Because he's poisoning it. I mean, he's gonna shoot. He's gonna poison the enemy. You know what I mean? So if he poisons the enemy, if the enemy gets poisoned, your gem of officious toxin is gonna kick in too if it has the second part of it on.
it's 10 benefits you because it's a control and pairing effect that blinds them.
Yeah, that's the toss up between that. So it's like one of these what do I do? So, like I said, the setup that I use for this is everything that's just boosting me. You know what I mean? So, in this particular case, the scoundrel, I have poison bolts, ranged attack. It's a ranged attack that deals 300%, 20% weapon damage, and an additional 100% weapon damage is poison over 3 seconds. I'm not even paying attention to the fact that that's even going to do anything. I'm paying attention to the fact that that's just
It's
doing
poisoning.
poison damage. It doesn't fucking matter how much. Enemies that are poisonous. I don't think there's an enemy in this game that's resistant to poison.
Yeah.
And so when you choose Vanish, or I use Dirty Fighting, it has nothing to has nothing to do with the
Vanish doesn't apply to you at all. It doesn't help you. So
well,
Dirty
no, the
Fighting
thing
does.
here is blinding an enemy, whether it actually applies to you, like gives you a bonus or not, doesn't matter. You're blinding the enemy. That's why I'm using it, because I don't
Well, it
give a
keeps them
shit.
from hitting
All
you,
right, because
and it-
the reason I did this is because Vanish is fucking useless once you get the token on him. Once you get the token on something, that he can't die.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
pointless. So it doesn't even make any sense to use that once the follower can't die. That's why I have that set that way. So anything that's gaining myself
An ally has
life,
left my party, but my foes are weaker.
it's weird. So what I do is I use powered shot, ranged attack that explodes on impact, weapon damage as arcane to enemies within
Stunning
10
the
yards,
enemies.
An
things like
ally has
that.
joined my party,
and
So-
it stuns
but
them.
my
So
Right.
that's where it's
foes
coming
gain
The
from.
last one I use is Hysteria. I would normally use Anatomy, but because the Anatomy gives you a permanent 1.8% critical hit chance for both you and the Scoundrel. That's a permanent thing. But if you look at Hysteria, it says whenever you land a critical hit, you're both going, you'll increase all damage done by 3% for 3 seconds. So when you look at that, all damage.
And you're at 50+% critical hit. You're going to be landing a critical hit
Right.
damn near every hit because
But
the
if you-
multi-shot.
But if you take a look at that, that's literally the second part of that is the pain enhancer gem.
Yeah. Now does that does not stack?
What does
It's just the damage. So like you can land multiple critical hits all at one time with multi-shot.
An
It's not
ally
hard to
has
do.
left my party,
But it
my
doesn't do
foes are
3%
weaker.
for every time you land it. It's just a flat 3%, right?
Well, hold on a second. Let me read that because that's a really good question. So, that would be the same thing as reading the Bane of the Stricken. You know what I mean? For each enemy,
Yeah.
for hitting an enemy, it doesn't. It's not worded. It's worded so vague that it's almost impossible to figure out what the fucking how it actually works. So, what were we looking at now? Sorry, I'm really tired.
Hysteria.
No, I'm
The
talking.
follower.
I'm talking about Pain Enhancer. Okay, so if you take a look at Pain Enhancer, critical hits cause the enemy to bleed. Cause the enemy. So that would be the same thing as Bane of the Stricken because of how it's worded. It doesn't apply to only one enemy. You can put the effect onto multiple enemies, but I think the effect only applies one time per enemy. So yes, you can critically hit an enemy. You can, let's say you had enemies A, B, and C. You can critically hit all three of those at once, and the effect from each gem will apply to each enemy individually. But if you hit them again, it doesn't do it double. It just does it. It resets it, is what it does. So it'll bleed for 3
So
seconds.
essentially, you're gonna have 3% damage.
It's basically resetting the cooldown, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's resetting the
So-
cooldown to 1 is what it comes down to.
So if you look at the Hysteria, then it's only what it's doing is it's actually keeping it to where. Oh shit! Hold on, I'm not paying
Well,
attention
I
to what I'm doing, and
misspoke.
I'm doing
What
it.
I'm saying is, it would be
Well, no.
the equivalency. What I'm saying is, okay. So for example, Bane of the Powerful, you gain 20% increased damage for 120 seconds after killing an elite pack. So after you kill an elite pack, the timer starts going down. So when you kill another elite pack, it doesn't give you an additional 100 whatever seconds it is. It resets the timer. So when you're dealing with Pain Enhancer, if you have the secondary ability on it, an enemy's going to bleed if you gain 3% increased attack speed for each bleeding enemy within 20 yards, but the effect only lasts 3 seconds. So if the effect reset, if you get the effect within 3 seconds and then the effect hits it again, it just resets the 3 seconds and does the
Yeah.
original damage. It's the same thing as doing Bane of the Powerful. It doesn't give you an additional 2 minutes or whatever it is you have. It just resets the timer to the original time on it. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
Pain Enhancer work. I would assume that Pain Enhancer and Bane
So essentially,
Restricted work the same way.
with
It
that-
doesn't give you more damage. It just resets the damage type it does, or it resets.
So
it resets it.
the basic sum of it, of that ability on the scoundrel, is you're gonna have 3% additional damage pretty much all the time from him.
When you're
So it's an
critically
additional
hitting,
3%.
But
But you critically hit so often. I mean, let's be honest. You critically hit every 3 seconds several times.
yeah. So it's just it's a permanent thing, right? But now if you take a look on the scoundrel on instead of hysteria, you look at anatomy. Your critical hit chance is increased 1.8% permanently, as far as that goes. So you have do you go with a 1.8% chance, or do you go with an ability that will almost always trigger and then keeps resetting when it does trigger? It's increasing all damage. I would go with hysteria because when it triggers, it increases all damage. Period. It does all damage. When you do anatomy, it's just increasing your critical hit chance. That's all it is.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
what would you rather
The
have?
critical hit chance is pointless once you get built, because 1.8% versus the 50-something you can have with your gear.
No,
it's
no,
not gonna make.
No. You're not understanding. That doesn't become pointless because what happens here is
It's not pointless, but it's not a big enough jump. So
no, it is because
1.8% addition.
No, what happens
on top
is
of your.
No, what happens is if you have, let's say you have a 29% critical hit chance, when you put on hysteria, that jumps that critical hit chance from 29 to 30.8.
I understand that. I'm not arguing. It's common. It's not hard to understand what it does.
Right.
I'm just saying, once you're built, you're gonna be at least 50% critical hit chance without that skill.
I see what you're saying.
So that 1.8% is not gonna make or break a rift, whereas that 3% damage can.
Well, that also depends.
3% damage is going to benefit you a lot more than 1.8% chance.
Yeah, but that also depends too.
Ideally,
having the chance to critical hit is not the same as actual critical hit damage. See, this is the difference. You're talking the difference between
I know.
a chance. So, increasing the chance, the higher the chance you have to critical hit, the better off triggers are going to be for anything that uses critical hit. So let's say for sake of conversation, that critical hit chance caps out at 78%. Okay, and that's with all your gear and everything else. So once, let's say, again, this is for sake of conversation, let's say it caps out at 78%. Well, there's a lot of things that you're never going to reach that 78%. Now, that doesn't mean you won't be critically hitting a lot or, 3/4 of the time or whatever. That doesn't change anything. But the fact remains is there is going to be times where you're not going to critical hit, but because you're circumventing how many hits are being done, you're eventually going to do it, so it's going to trigger. But that doesn't mean every one of those hits are going to reset it. So the issue here is, do you actually use that skill to get yourself closer to the 78% cap, or do you use the other skill that really has a chance to hit, so it triggers over and over again? Because it doesn't matter whether it has a chance to hit. If that percent is never hit, it can actually make or break it depending on what it is. Because have you ever had your vengeance, your impale or vengeance stop working till it reset because there was a space between the cooldown and the actual activation of it again? because when it ends, so you're out. You literally can't activate Vengeance at that time. During that time, no matter how small it is, you're susceptible to getting killed or dealing with other damage dealings. That's because you don't have the cooldown. There's a small subsection where you are vulnerable. You do not have that damage bonus or that damage reduction from Vengeance because it's in between cooldown. No matter how slight, doesn't matter, because that slight time frame can actually get you killed even after vaulting and everything else. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what do you want to do? Do you want to, again, if critical hit chance was capped out at 78%, you want to try to, even though you're most of the time going to be critically hitting, that doesn't change the fact that you want to make sure it's capped out, so you're going to 99, critically hitting it 80% of the time is not the same thing as critically hitting 99.9% of the time. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference.
Yeah.
Even though it's so small, if it's the equivalency of that can actually make or break you, like the Vengeance cycle. It can stop because it stops not only doing more damage, but it stops you from its damage reduction only works when Vengeance is active. So when you if you take a look at Visage of Goons, you're not going to get the effect of you only get the effect of the Dark Heart rune when Vengeance is active and while it remains active. As soon as Vengeance as soon as Vengeance is up, that ends the effect of the Dark Heart rune. So it doesn't matter how close you are. So that's why I was correcting you on that. I don't want to say correcting you. That's bad use of wording. But so you have to ask yourself, do I want to go for as close to max as I can get to guarantee me I'm almost always going to do it compared to what I'm doing now? Or do you want to do, I may not trigger this, but because I'm hitting it so often, I'm almost never not going to hit it. You know what I mean? So I think it's a matter of what you want to use. Does that make sense?
I'm thinking of it in terms of, again, we don't know exactly how the game's coded, so we can't argue exactly what the damage calculation output's going to look like.
Right, but you also don't know. You also don't know what the cap is either.
Exactly. So if you think about it, that 3% more damage from basic math ideally would give you a better benefit than the 1.8% chance of critically hitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So it's not really about what is better. I think it's a matter of what you want to do. Do you want to go for, capping, or do you want to go for, how often you get it? Because I'm doing it often enough, it's almost never not going to trigger. You know what I mean? So no, I think actually, when you look at it, I think they're both doing the exact same thing. It's how often you going to trigger it.
I figured out what I'm doing wrong with this build right now because I've got the Traveler's Pledge set equipped. I need to have the boar equipped. I'm doing the damage, but I don't have the survivability from Focus and Restraint because you can only get one or the other, more or less.
Restraint doesn't reduce damage, it deals damage.
It reduces damage too, if I'm not mistaken. When you spin with a Hatred Spender, it increases your damage by 50%. Or whenever you hit with a Hatred Generator, it increases your damage. Whenever you hit with a Hatred Spender, it reduces your damage.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Really?
They both increase.
What does it say?
I'm reading it now.
Oh, okay.
When you hit with a resource generating attack or primary skill, deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds. The second bonus on that says, when you hit with a resource spending attack, deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds. They're both damage increases. They're not reductions.
Okay. So you have to do both to get the 100%.
How many Paragon points do you have right now?
456.
All right, do yourself a favor. Do this. If you want survivability in that, trust me, do this. Hit P.
Hold on.
Hit P, go to your core stat.
And put them all in Vitality instead of...
Put 50 in movement speed and then the rest of it in Vitality.
I kind of need, because of the, you want to be able to use you want to be able to maximize the use or the ability to use your multi-shot on this, and you're not regenerating resource quick enough. I do put the points into the hatred.
Yeah,
Bonus
but
hatred as well.
is that on your
so.
core?
Yeah, it's on. I
No,
believe that's on
wouldn't. No,
core,
that's
isn't
a that's actually a waste. I wouldn't do that. What I would do is just use evasive fire to jack it up. That's all. Because when you activate vengeance, it speeds up your if you don't have a dawn, it sucks. But this is what I would do. I would literally put all my points into vitality. I wouldn't even use max hatred. It's fucking pointless. Your movement speed is what you need, but I would put all my points into vitality. I would max out movement speed and then put all my points into vitality, because your survivability, you can make up for the damage difference of not having it in dex by adding gems to your, you know what I mean? You add gems like gem of Cushious Fox and shit. The damage on that is fucking ridiculous. But now you can survive with it. Also, are you using awareness?
I'm not quite sure. Hold on.
Okay. The other thing too is like some of your passives. When you can check something, read off to me your passives. I want to see something.
Okay, that's why I've got it all set up wrong. Hold on. That's ambush. I had this set up for what I was doing earlier.
Ambush is one of the worst fucking things you can use on multi-shot. Never use ambush. And the reason behind that is because your multi-shot doesn't work the same way Impale does. Multi-shot is going to get it so your enemies, by the time the enemies get hit, you're actually only getting a 5% damage increase. You're not even getting the full thing. You're getting a 5% damage increase because you have to subtract how much health they have instead of adding it. It's like fucking weird how it is. It works totally different. A multi-shot, because of the way the damage spray works, you're not going to get the benefit out of ambush in the same fashion you would out of benefit when you're using Impale. That's just the way it is.
Oh, look, I finally got Bane of the Stricken. Fucking A.
I got an ancient compass rose. It's fucking ridiculous. I literally just got an ancient compass rose. It's probably shit too.
Go ahead and pick up.
Actually, no. This is actually pretty good. Wow, this compass rose is actually pretty good for multi-shot. Oh, you know what? That's not even what I needed to do. That's fucking. I'm not even using multi-shot now.
Movement speed, reduce cooldown on all skills by 6%.
Alright, not to cut this short in a bit, I am going to bed. I gotta get up tomorrow. I gotta get up to get my daughter up in a little while. For school, not a little while, but in a couple hours. So I need to get at least 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I've been sleeping like 2 hours every night myself, so. We've been staying up way too late.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing a lot better here. Hold up. Why the fuck did my damage go down?
Because you allocated your points differently.
No, I haven't touched anything.
Oh, okay. You remember you use an endless walk, so.
Oh, I know why my fucking damage went down, because I changed my passive that was a pointless passive to awareness. Because remember earlier I didn't have the damage and I was trying to get damage buff before I got all my shit, so I was using archery. Well, I changed archery back to awareness. And I'm using ballistics, thrill of the hunt, and coal of the week.
Ballistics.
Thrill of the hunt, coal of the week.
Yeah, I'm using archery too. I'm using archery because it's an 8% damage increase. I just don't give a shit. But if you're gonna do that, I would use
Be a primal, be a primal. I can't get a primal yet.
Use steady aim.
Wow, that's actually fucking not. That's shit. Never mind. Let me shut up.
What?
I was looking at the Yangs and it comes with a socket. Comes with dex 718 dexterity here. There for a second I was like, oh, this is better. That second one is the one I'm not wearing, the one without the gem in it. But the multi-shot damage is 10% less. So.
No, use the first one. Change the socket. You didn't Ramanaldi's gift that Yangs with the socket, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did.
And I'd have to re-roll the 10 discipline on the first one anyways.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I'd roll out that 10. I'd max out my discipline there.
Yeah.
And
Well, also you got to look at how much multi-shot damage is increased by. So the first one
That's what I'm
does
saying.
171. The second one's actually doing 181% more multi-shot. Because that's the other thing you have to look. You have to look at
Yeah.
the percentage on that as well. So on the second one, the area damage.
The area damage is not calculated in anything, but it
You know
doesn't
what I would
calculate your
do?
sheet.
Honestly, this is what I would do. To be completely honest with you. Oh, this is fucking ridiculous.
No, you remember how I was telling you about there are skills that you cannot re-roll? Reduces all resource costs is one of them.
No, you can change that.
No, you
Change
can't.
that to attack speed. Yes, you
No, you
absolutely
can't.
can.
Not on the Yanks.
Oh, on that.
On,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
on,
yeah,
on
yeah.
the Yanks. Not
yeah, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
can,
On
you
the
cannot,
Yanks,
yeah.
you can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you can. Because I'm thinking that. Yeah, I've changed that plenty of times before in other items. I'm not fucking thinking
I
straight right now.
can't do that.
Well, yeah, but the
On the
reason you can't
Yanks,
on
no,
the
you
Yanks is
can't
because
change
of the
it.
percentage.
Right, but on the
It's
Yanks,
a
you can
special
increase
item.
it. You can increase it on the Yanks by changing another stat. Because if you put another stat on there,
Yeah.
it's like you can get the resource reduction to like fucking 56%. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because it naturally goes from 40 to 50%, and then you can also get the resource cost reduction 8%, I believe, on a reroll.
Yep.
Isn't that what it is?
Dude, are you still on my stream?
I'm still on your stream.
Look at this ancient compass rose I just fucking got. I just changed the fucking the movement speed in that. Look at that. Look at
That's
fucking
actually-
life per hit, vitality, and dexterity, and it reduced the cooldown of all skills by 6. How fucked up is that?
I mean, the only bad part is you had to re-roll it for a socket.
But I didn't care. It's movement speed, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I mean, but the only reason I'm saying that is, you could get
I
crit
can
chance off
augment
of that.
that because it's ancient, so it's not even
Yeah.
fucking matter. So I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see the difference between the one I actually have now on my impale
Versus
and
an
this one.
augmented one.
That's still fucking really good. I would, because the toughness for this character is the issue. So by augmenting it, it'll circumvent that, and then because you can keep augmenting ancient items once you get them high enough. You can always keep
Yeah.
re-augmenting them. So
Oh yeah.
by that time, see, I have this thing with fucking life per hit. Because check this out, right? Look at this fucking helm I got, dude. Look at the life per hit on that fucking thing. It's ridiculous. 10,000 life per hit on a fucking helm. I was like, what the fuck is that? So if you combine 10,000 life per hit with this, and then you put this fucking ring on, it's like, dude, I'm gaining almost 22,000 life per hit. Per fucking hit.
And how much life can you hold? How much life do you have?
652,000. But that's not with this, but it's hold on a second. If I change this out, the problem is if I change this out, it's gonna drop my fucking I'm gonna lose a lot of the bonuses for what I have. So it's like I'm at 50 toughness, right? So if I put in a convention of elements in this, right? And then I go ahead and I equip this. And then I equip this ring once I get this out. Let me change that out.
Go to your details once you get it all set up.
Yeah.
How you would normally run with it for pushing. That way you can see what your total life per hit is, because you also have your Paragon life per hit.
Yeah.
And this will
the
be
damage,
without
see, the
augmenting.
damage on this drops significantly from 1.2. This is sheet damage, so it's 1.286 down to 101. So that's a fucking huge drop. But it's not that significant either. However, my
No.
toughness
go to your detail-
goes from 5879. I gotta wait for it to register because it's a compass rose. 5879 up to 52. So a 2 million increase in toughness is actually pretty good for this. At this, so let me see my
2
details.
million. That's about how it average. That's about how it normally works. Whenever you're.
Yep.
for most of the higher end items that I
My
find,
life
you're
per
gonna get
hit.
2 million versus
My
100,000.
life per hit is 29,000. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so
29,000 life per hit is stupid.
and you're doing 3 hits or 5 hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time you attack.
Yep. The I have a life per hit on something else on this. It's coming from the
But does life per hit go towards? Does the life per hit only work on your first?
No, it fucking works
Or
on
all 5?
anything you hit, because that would work. That's the same thing as Potion of the Leech. Increase life per hit, because life per hit is gained life per hit. It's every hit you do. So if you shoot out 3 attacks, you're hitting 3. It's 3 hits. It's per hit. That means every individual hit you do. Now again, we're talking about Blizzard, who doesn't know how to grammatically word shit right. So it may be worded that way, but it could only be counting the first hit. You don't know. So this is one of these things that you don't know how it's working. You just don't know. So, I don't know, man. Alright, listen, I'm going to head off. I'm going to end this stream. Thanks, guys, for watching. Appreciate you stopping by. I'll be on this morning at some point, so I really need to get some sleep. So,
I'm rocking, oh, shit.
I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. TL Gamer signing up.